Everywhere we
Everywhere we
go,
go.
everywhere we go, everywhere we go, we're the Tottenham
Tottenham
boys, we're
boys,
making all
making
the
all the
noise.
noise.
Come on.
Everywhere we
Yes,
go.
guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's number one Spurs fan, Ireland's only answer to Harry Kane, bringing you a match reaction of today's beautiful, delightful 2-0 win, professional performance over Wolves. Look, it's been a while since I've had time to celebrate a win, so I'm going to enjoy it. That Wolves game really hurt me, so I'm enjoying it today. But look, I'm joined by special guests. Danny, how are you keeping, my man? The Wolves were circling, they were hungry, but we fed them and sent them home stuffed. Are you
Yeah,
happy?
yeah, professional performance. I couldn't ask for more. But I mean, we should be beating Wolves. Do you know what I mean? Uh, it's so up and down the season. It's just like you don't even know what to expect anymore. So it's like if you win, yeah, great. If you don't, well, it's usual Tottenham in it. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just happy it was a professional performance. Do you know what? The main thing for me is I saw basic football fundamentals today: pass and
yeah,
move. I mean, how many times are these fucking donuts? Sorry, my language. How many times do these
no,
donuts actually can't pass and move? It's ridiculous, and they're paid ridiculous money to do that, and they can't even do that. So
yeah.
today we saw that in the second half only, and I'm happy I saw that, honestly. But yeah,
Yeah. No, look, it was nice to see us go and actually attack a team in the second half. But Alex with the big smile down there, he's loving the energy straight in from the off. Alex, how are you keeping, my man? Good win today.
Oh, I'm good. It was good to see us win. Was I bothered? No.
computer says no.
Simple as that. I think
Yeah,
we'll move on really, but yeah, I've got more to say
no,
later on.
that's fair enough. But look, we will welcome a few people to the stream. Let's welcome some of the Harris Army in. We have the Smasher, big yourself up, the Smasher. We have Mr. K, come on, you Spurs, hashtag Harris Army. We have Wayne Bonner in with the super chat, absolute legend, my man. He says, rumour has it Levy wants to sign Alison Becker as backup for Harry Kane next season. Yeah, of course, Alison couldn't believe it. 30 minutes over stoppage time that was added on. Again, giving Liverpool a break. But in fairness to Alison, it was a beautiful header. A striker would be proud of that. A centre
Yep,
half would be proud of that. He guided it in. But big up, Wayne.
same
Absolutely
here.
love the comment, my man. Anyone else? Feel free to get your super chats in. Let us know what you think. And also make sure you do smash a like on the stream and subscribe on the channel. We also have Ronan O'Donnell. Big up, David. Big yourself up, Ronan. We have Chris Nash. Yeah, exactly. I agree. And we also have another Chris in the building. He says, big up the Harris Army. Big up yourself, man. Leo Messi, one of the greatest footballers of all time. You're not better than Ronaldo, but he loves the Irish Hotspur. I love you too, Messi. We also have Sean O'Neill. Sean O'Neill's in the building. Big up, Sean. He says, what's up, Dave, my bro? Big smile tonight for all the fans. I've been busy with my new VIP job. I'll be in contact shortly, bro. Hashtag Harris Army. Big up, Sean. You got a new job, lad. Maybe you can throw some of them dollars over here and sponsor a show, my man, with your VIP job. John Fitzpatrick is in the building representing the Irish out in Australia. How you keep, my man? He says, even though we won, I'm still not happy. These players only turn up when they want to. For me, they are still a pack of bottle jobs and seriously need an overhaul. Yeah, 100%. I'll get into my thoughts. I know I'm happy, but I kind of feel along the same lines as you, John. Sean Mitchell's in the house as well. Says, buzzing for this. Great win today. European football is still on 100%. Big yourself up, fan. This guy, an absolute legend. I nickname him David Chinoli. He has the long wavy hair like him. Big up, Simon Cohen. How are you keeping, my man? We also have Prinash Rao. He says, good evening. Good evening yourself, man. Who else have we got? Yeah, we've already got all these. Simon Cohen. We have Steve Brum Hamilton. This lad runs on Daniel Levy's transfer deadline day time. Wednesday will be fun when Villa turn into 95 Ajax. We have ATX7 Gaming. Nice win today. Let's go. 2 more games remaining. Big up the lads and come on, you Spurs. 100%, my man. Absolutely love it. We also have Ronak in the building. Big yourself up, Ronak. Derek Hutchinson. He says, big up, Alex. Alex has a few fans in here already. Empty Council House. Big up, David. Big up yourself. JJ Tubb. Yo, come on, you Spurs. Mesco Bar's in the building. Big up, Mesco Bar. Alejandro Perez, what do you prefer in a double pivot? Ghost Celso or End on Big Mac? I'd probably prefer End on Big Mac. And the Mountie, how are you, Dave? Solid win today. I'm all good, I guess. I guess you can tell by the smile on my face. Pete from the Lane, absolute legend. I had the privilege of meeting him when I was over there How are you keeping? How are you and your son, man? I hope you're keeping well. And of course, we got a picture, and the sun was on the channel. So big yourselves up, and we have LDN1. Enjoy it while we can, 100%, 100%. Danny, a big call on the starting lineup today, actually, was Jaffa Tanganga. What a performance from the kid.
No,
Honestly,
brilliant.
he was so short. He looked so good back there. What do you make of his performance?
It's brilliant performance. I think if it wasn't for Højbjerg playing the way he did, if it wasn't for Højbjerg playing the way he did today, I think he would have got man of the match for me. He was really good defensively. He was solid defensively, and going forward as well, he was pretty good. He had a lot of energy in him today.
Yeah.
So I was really pleased with his performance. And for me, just on that performance, I'd like to see him the last 2 games play with him at right back. To be honest.
Yeah. 100%. And let's welcome big up Brian C as well. Everywhere we go, come on, you Spurs, big yourself up, Brian. Nice win today, my man. Another good, strong Irish man there as well. William McKenzie's in the building as well. And Sean O'Neill saying, everyone, please hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done already. Big yourself up. Alex, what do you make of Jaffa Tanganga's performance today, man?
He's a solid defender. I think he's got a lot of promise going forward. It's going to be a bit. I think really it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him next season. Whether he'll be given a chance to be centre back or right back. I think if Jose was still here, he definitely would have been going forward more of a right back. But it looks like to me today, he looks very good, to be honest with you. And I think going forward, I think they should use him more in that position and try and grow him into the team more further. But again, we're going back on what's going to happen the player after the manager's employed and stuff. So we don't know really what's going to happen there, don't we? So, but I'm sure that he'll be in the team next year, and it's just really how he develops from there, don't we? How he develops more further. So, but it was a good. It was all right performance, but the pressure was off in this game, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So, to be fair, I mean, I don't agree with certain things that people have said about certain players, but I'm not going to go there again. But again, it's just I can't really take it really seriously, this game, to be honest with you. It's when the pressure's on.
Yeah.
What happens, doesn't it? Really. So.
Yeah. Chris, we will be talking about Dele Alli, of course, my man. But look, and big up Joe. Welcome, Joe. How are you keeping, bro? Hope you're keeping well. Look, for me, Jaffa Tanganga, I actually thought it was a masterstroke to play him there. Because with Aurier, he's very rash. He tends to dive in a lot, and he's not good one-on-one. Now, when you're playing Bale ahead of him, you need to be an assured fullback who doesn't get easy bet one-on-one and can put in tackles. But not only that, he was great on the ball today. Mm-hmm. You know, you see when the ball goes to Serge Aurier, he's flapping. He's always flapping on the ball. He's taking 2-3 touches to get under control. He's mispassing it. Or else he's just so erratic. Tanganga, he was composed. He's getting the ball down, looking around, picking up nice passes. If the pass wasn't on to feet or short, he was going in behind. He was absolutely brilliant today. I thought he was superb. And for me, I think he has to play there for the next 2 games. What do you think, Danny?
Yeah, like I said before, I want to see him there for the next 2 games. But yeah, it all does depend on who the manager's going to be next season, like what they think his best position is, because Jose seemed to think his best position was a right back. Personally, I still think that his best position is centre back. But he just hasn't really had the chance to play there. I mean, Jose hardly played him there. So how is he going to be a centre back if he's not played there? And if you actually go back and watch his, like, if you followed him like through the under-23s and through the academy, right, he was a very good centre back, like very good centre back. So I really want to see him sort of transition into that centre back role, because I think we're lacking like a type of centre back like him. He's a strong boy. He's quick. He's intelligent, and he's composed as well. And I think he just needs to have that chance there. But look, right now, like if it looks like we're going to sell Aurier, so if we do sell him, if we do bring in another right back, at least we're going to have him as an option. Then you've got Doherty as your sort of third option, who I think will be the third choice next season. I don't think he's gonna get much game time, and then I'll probably end up selling him the season after. But yeah, it was a very good performance today. I think his all-round game was just very good. But yeah, I do agree. Like the pressure wasn't really on him today. I think it's one of those games where look, we need to win, but if we didn't, it's kind of like, well, what do you expect? It's kind of like how we've gone all season, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. No, 100%, 100%. Just quickly, Dax on G21. He says, "What do you think about Everton losing to Sheffield? Now, as long as we beat Villa and Everton European competition opportunity is gone." Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I couldn't believe they lost to Sheffield, to be honest.
I think we need to take one game at a time, really, at the end of the day, because, like I said, the pressure is off this game. You can't say that it wasn't that bad today. I wasn't too happy with what, but we've had problems in the midfield, the defence today. But was it Toure? Toure, I think it was his name.
Oh, Traore.
Traore, yeah. He kept on getting through. Yeah. He kept on getting through too much for me. They struggled a lot, and I think it just goes down to pace as well. I mean,
they struggle, Alex, like with anyone running at them. Like even if it's Traore, like you can have like Mr. Bean running at them, and they'll probably still get troubled.
I know, and the thing is, though, I mean, I didn't like the fact that Bell's on that right, but it was quite interesting today. He was kept on. He was really close to the touchline, wasn't he? The wing, wasn't he? He was trying to get crosses in a lot of the time today, but he was struggling to get past his man, and it just shows. So, I mean, for me, it's quite an easy decision for me, Bell. We should have never got him in the first place, and for me, it's an easy decision what to do with him. And the target needs to be a centre back next season. I think, well, we know that's our main target next season for the summer, absolutely, because that has to get sorted, and a few players do need to move on in that defence. I don't agree with the right back situation in terms of we're going to get somebody as a right back. I think that's going to be something that if we've got enough money to do that, and it depends who we sell. Really, and I'm getting fed up of saying that because we know who's doing the business, don't we? So, So I'm very skeptical about that at the moment. So but we'll move on anyway.
No, but look, I just wanted to give Tanganga a special mention. To come in out of the cold like he has done and put in a performance. So big up Jaffa Tanganga, absolute legend. Everybody in the chat, the Harris Army, let me know what you think of Tanganga's performance. And also, don't be afraid to get them super chats in. There's over 100 people watching right now. And also, get your super chats in. Let us know whether you agree, whether you disagree. Let us know who your man of the match is. Let us know what you thought of Dele Alli's performance as well today. Let us know what you thought of Tanganga's performance. Also, it's a great way to show your support for the channel as well. And also, if you can't, obviously I know everybody's not in a position. I will try and get everyone's comments up on screen as usual. Also, don't be afraid to grab your channel membership for tomorrow night's fan show to go on and have your say about the protests, about the game, about the protests coming up on Wednesday, about the Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust now meeting with the board, and on all this sort of stuff. And make sure you smash a like on the stream and subscribe on the channel if you're new. Look, Danny, we'll get into Dele Alli now. What do you make of Dele Alli's performance? Because for me, look, I'll admit, I think he had a very good game today. I really do. But when I take into context his whole season, I still can't get hyped. I've seen this too many times from players where they've come in, they've put in a good performance or two, and all of a sudden everyone's talking about them being the answer and back in and around the team. And this is part of the problem. We shouldn't have to be waiting 2 years to see a performance like that from Dele Alli. But what do you make of the performance, and what would you do with him next season? Would you still get rid of him, or would you give him another season?
I think Dele Alli had a good game today. I wouldn't say it was an amazing performance, like a 10 out of 10 performance. I'd say it's a solid 7. Like if you're going to give it a rating, he was good, but he did tire towards like the 60th, 70th minute. He looked like he was tired. That's why he needed to come off. I think his fitness is still not there because he hasn't had a lot of game time this season. But for me, look, we've been sitting here for 2.5 years, nearly 3 years now, saying the same thing about Dele Alli. He goes through patches, and he like when Jose came in, all of a sudden he was just like unbelievable player again. He scored. He went through like, what was it, 5 or 7 games, and he was scoring nearly every game. And then all of a sudden he's just dropped off again. and he was playing last season, and he just and like he did it the same for Pochettino. And for me, I just think unless you have a manager, right, that's gonna literally kiss and caress you, yeah, like a Pochettino did with Dele Alli, give him a little kiss on the cheek, give him a hug, put his arm around him. There, boy, you're doing well, you've done well. Pat him on the head like a good little boy. If he doesn't have that, then I don't think that Dele Alli is going to be the player that we all want him to be, or we will know him to be. And for me, I just think like 3 years too long, man. It's just we can't keep carrying these players just because sentimental value. I mean, it's just I'm fed up of it because if he was a professional, right, a full professional like Harry Kane, he'd be giving his effort every single game, no matter what was happening, right? And I just don't see it. I just don't see it from him. Like, I mean, this is how bad it's got of Dele Alli. There's more news about him in the press about him kissing Pep Guardiola's daughter than it is about his football. I mean, it's disgraceful. I mean, look, I know it's not his fault in terms of the press printing those news because they want to sell papers, right? But it's the fact that he's not doing enough on the pitch. Like one half for the whole season, or he's had a few decent halves like for the season, and he's just not done it for me, to be honest. He's just not. To be honest, I think we need to get rid of him, but I can't see Levy selling him. I think he's going to look to sell other players if he can first. I still think he wants to keep him to raise his value. I don't know what you think, Alex, on Dele Alli, but
for me, I tend to agree with you, but I think it depends on what happens with Kane. For me.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry, lad. The stream is shitting itself. Some people are complaining about the stream there, so.
Oh, that's all right.
No worries.
That's all right. No, it's just it's a difficult one with Dele Alli. I think we should keep him because I think he's got a lot of promise. I do think, and this might be a strange thing to think about this, but I think the time to sell Ali was when he was when he was really, really good. You see what I'm saying? And it's a bit strange me saying that because he's really young, but I think there was
how old is that?
24, I think he is,
or something like that. Yeah, and his price tag was so high, and I think that was the time frame where I think they could have made the most of it and thought, okay, is he going to get any better with the interest is going in? We could have used that money. We could have used that money to, use that on the squad or something like that. When Paul Mitchell's in charge of the recruitment, and that maybe was the time to sell Ali, maybe. But now I think it really does depend on what happens with Kane and Son, I think. And I'm annoyed by that whole thing with Kane and Son because I think it's a decision that needs to be a plan needs to be made around whether they stay or go. And I don't think there's a plan if they're going to stay or go for me. But I don't trust the recruitment side to make the right decisions on who's going to replace Ali in the team. I mean, there was lots of rumours about Lingard coming to Tottenham over January. I was getting wound up by that because for me, he's short term, and we need to be looking at the long term for Tottenham. Yeah. And there are better players out there that we can coach and make, put them into a team. You see what I'm saying? But I think he's a good player, and I still think we've got a lot to give without him. But again, it depends on the manager. Again, we're going to go back on who's the manager next season, and that's it, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I just think Dele Alli. Do you know what? When you said like we should have sold him, or it would have been the best. Not should have, but it would have been the best time to sell him at his top, like his peak. But I think any Spurs fan who loves Spurs and loved how he was then, they wouldn't want to get rid of him when he was at his peak, because when he was at his peak, he was one of the best young mid-central attacking midfielders on the planet. There wasn't many around that were better when he was in his form, when he was at his peak. There wasn't. Like that's a fact. That was stats will prove it. But it's just like, for me, what do you know? Where I feel Dele Alli started to go down was when. So I kind of said it on Chris Callen's show today. For me, partly what it was when he got his contract, his new contract, because Dele Alli, when he came into the club, he was this like guy from League One who was like tearing up in League One. Not many people like globally or like in the Premier League, people who watch Premier League football knew who he was. As soon as he came into that team, he was someone who needed to prove himself, and he had this like he was a different kind of player. He had this this aggression to him. He had this like flair to him. He was a bit of a nasty player. He had fire in his belly.
Yeah.
He was a bit of he like winding people up, and but on top of that, he had ability as well, and he was unpredictable. No one could predict what he could do, and that's what made him so good because he was. And he had the energy, like he was putting in the shifts every time you saw him play, and it was a breath of fresh air to watch him. And then what happened was when 2018 October, when he got his new contract, he went from earning a lower salary to like a massive jump in his salary. What they say he's on around 120 to 150 grand, whatever it is. Yeah. And from what he was on, that's huge. And then after that, because Dele Alli's becoming in the spotlight, right? He's become, his status has got higher in England. The media talks about him a lot more. He's now dubbed as the next big thing for England. The pressure's on him from the English media. And on top of that, then he starts getting his sponsorship deals. Then he starts getting into the gaming stuff, like all this crap about gaming and boohoo and all this like fashion stuff. And then the media's focusing on the other side of Dele Alli rather than the footballing side of things. And
but there's nothing on the footballing side to focus on apart from him shitting on the badge all season long.
But what I'm saying is like, yeah, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is like with him, it's like he's drifted away from focusing on the football side, and his passion has gone. It's like it's gone from the football side, and it's like he focuses more on the stuff outside of football, because you would see it in his game. If he was focusing on the football, he'd be fully concentrated on the game. He'd be like, today was just a glimpse of what he used to be like. I'm not saying this is what he used to be like, but it was a glimpse of what he was like. And I
think you've made you've done a very good summary of that, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think I do agree with you about the contract, because it is quite a coincidence. Since he got that contract, his performances have decreased.
Yeah.
I think really I think really what you're saying is he was given too much too young.
Yeah,
that's it really.
Yeah.
That is it. But the thing is, though, lads, with Dele Alli, look, he's been given 2 years now to perform.
Yeah,
it's all well and good doing it now when for a couple of games when the Euro's coming up. Like, for me, this is the problem at Tottenham. We need to start cutting the ties with these players and just say, look, you gave us 3 good games this season, fair enough, but you're still not staying. You haven't been good enough.
But David,
because the thing is, Alex, hear me out, right? The thing is, he's thrown a year of football for us fans under the bus, right? And he, if he was out there performing, he could have made a difference. He could have made our lives better this year, but he didn't want to. He was too busy being a gamer or being a fashion model. You know what I mean? And doing everything else but football.
Yeah, but
I don't care, Alex. No. When you're in any other job, you know what I mean? If you don't perform for 2 weeks, you're sacked, let alone 2 years. And this is the problem.
David, we're not talking about football.
So much. Just quickly, Alex. I let Ebo have your speak. Yeah. I just want to say my piece. Yeah. Look, with Dele Alli, the thing is, we can't keep allowing these players to abuse us and abuse the badge and the club the way they do. This is the problem. We can't let them away with it. Okay, put in a good performance today, but we fall for it every time. When Ben Davies comes in for 10 minutes and has a cameo, we can keep Ben Davies. He's good. He's this, he's that. When Winks comes in and has a cameo, we're all looking to see where we can fit Winks into the team. It doesn't happen at any top 6 club. Yeah. And this is why we don't win a thing. This is why we don't win anything at Tottenham, because we allow these players to just stay here and perform when they decide they want to perform.
Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is, Dave, right?
Cup finals come around. They don't perform. We let them away with it. This is the problem. There's no accountability at Tottenham. I know he had a good game today, but for me, lads, I do think he has to go. And just quickly, Wayne Bonner with a super chat. Give some of the youngsters a game. Blood them in. Look, I agree. I think if we can beat Villa and secure that 6th or 5th spot, I think... I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't think it's the time to blood youngsters for these last 2 games. We need to win them.
It depends on pre-season. It depends on pre-season what happens with youngsters, because we don't want to put them in too soon. Let's just say that. But on the Dele Alli situation, I think it's a difficult situation to just say. I think it's a bit strong to say what your words was. I understand where you're coming from because you're coming from
strong. That's me being polite, Alex.
I know, but you're
that's
saying.
me being polite, man.
If you want to hear
what you're saying, but I think it's a bit strong to say what you're saying because I think you're looking at it from their point of view. Not all the squad's going to go, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, because it doesn't make sense to just get rid of all the squad. We're not Chelsea. Unfortunately, Chelsea can do that, just get rid of players. But unfortunately, we can't do that, okay? So it's going to be bit by bit what happens. But again, we haven't got an identity at the moment to actually make decisions like this at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, I can't say to you right now, okay, get rid of Dele Alli, get rid of Winks, get rid of all these players. Who comes in? And who wants to come in?
Yeah, but Alex, there's no point being scared.
I'll tell you one thing, Alex.
Being scared.
Yeah,
but
you're not understanding me, David.
Until you take the leap, you don't have the grass is greener on the other side.
David, you're not understanding me. You're not understanding me now. Why would a player want to come to Tottenham when we haven't even got a manager in and there's no clue of a manager? And we've had two managers, Pochettino and Mourinho, right? Pochettino, who should deserved to stay because he earned the right to stay, and Mourinho, who I couldn't stand. We're not going to go on about it, but he won everything he's won. He's done better than Tottenham over how many years, right? And look at it. And we still sacked them. We sacked Jose Mourinho after the cup final, which is a joke. So you're telling me that any player's going to
come back with the grade that required from to be back, man?
I didn't say that though. I didn't say you wanted to be sacked. I said that I'd rather.
You were on a panel with 5 other people telling me he should be sacked.
Listen,
back.
Listen, because I think you're going over the top now. My friend.
No. I'm just telling some jokes, man.
Yeah,
I just say something, right? Dele Alli needs to fuck off this club. He's done.
I think you need to change your terminology there. I've got to be honest. I don't think you should. I don't think you're right there.
Right, listen.
It's not FIFA, mate. It's not FIFA, mate.
He's done nothing.
Stop saying it's not FIFA. Stop saying it's not FIFA.
Marcelo.
Hold on. Lads. We have to remember there's people watching. Lads, we have to remember there's people watching one at a time so everyone can hear what everyone's saying. Look, there is over 158, 60 people watching. Make sure you do smash a like on the stream, subscribe on the channel, get them super chats in, lads. They're very scarce today. Get them in, show your support for the Irish Hotspur, and show your support for the channel and help push it to the very, very top. And share the stream out as well, trying to get to 3K before the end of the season. Now we'll start with Alex. Let Alex make his point. We'll let Marcelo come in, and then we'll get back to Danny. I'm just going to moderate.
Okay, as I said before, you cannot just get rid of players just like that, right? They need a value. They need to sell them first. Contract. They need to sell them first, okay? Dele Alli's still got a lot in his contract at the moment, okay? So you can't just get rid of him, okay? We haven't even got an identity at the moment. So selling players willy-nilly, this way, that way, this way. You need a direction. We haven't even got a direction at the moment. So if you're selling one player, another player, and you need and the manager says, "Why do you sell him for?" I think he's a good player. What's the point in that? So that's my thoughts on it.
Well, we're assuming that we're going to get a player this summer. We're assuming that we're going to get a manager this summer, right? That's what they said, right? That's what this board is saying. But honestly, Alex, everything you're saying is part of the problem at Tottenham. You keep saying this isn't FIFA, right? These guys has had 4 years to sell some of these players. 4 years. Stop giving excuses to this board. Stop giving excuses to this board because no. Like honestly, I'm not playing no more. Like I'm done being a nice guy. Like these players need to go. They need to go. Like you cannot say this is not FIFA. Like every other club, Leicester sell players and buy players. Like, you see Villa selling players and buying players. Everton buy players and sell players. Why are we the only club that makes excuse for this board for not doing their fucking jobs? No. Actually, give me a response, right? Why are we the only club that have to keep these players for 8, 20 years because our board don't do their job. Like, why are we giving excuse? Stop saying it's not FIFA. We're asking.
Yeah, it's
them
not
to do
FIFA
stuff.
because you're living in
No,
the past, mate.
no. I'm
You're
not
living,
living in
you're
the
living
past.
in
No.
Count Cuckoo
I'm not
land,
living.
mate.
No. I'm not living in Count Cuckoo land. You're living in Count Cuckoo
Yeah,
land.
you're living in Count
You
Cuckoo
don't
land.
want. No. You cannot tell me these things. Do you want? No. Alex, I'm gonna ask you a serious thing. Do you want to lift this? Do you want to lift a cup? Do you want to see Spurs lift a cup? Because I don't think you do, man. Because if you're saying these things, then you don't want to see them. Like you keep giving excuses to this board for being shocking, for being absolutely shocking, mistreating a club that I love. Everybody here loves.
Right.
Like, and
Okay,
you're
so-
giving them excuses,
Alex,
man.
Alex, do you,
That's
alright,
disgusting.
Alex, can I just say something? Right? Let me say something, right? Alex, do you think these players at this team in the squad right now, right, are good enough to win a trophy or top 4? Do you think the squad right now is good enough?
No.
Right. So in this squad right now, who needs to go? Who do you actually see realistically? Who needs to go to get them out because they are not good enough to challenge? Because you've just said to me, right? You said to everyone watching that this team is not good enough. So who is not good enough in this team to challenge for
As
a
a
top
team,
4?
we're not good enough.
No.
I'm saying, no, Daddy,
Well, just
Daddy,
quickly, lads.
Daddy.
Wayne Bonner, let's respect the super chat. Wayne Bonner, ding, 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 back to your corners, fellas.
Daddy,
Go
before
on.
you carry on,
Big up, Tim, man.
my logic is this, okay? Right? As far as I'm concerned, okay, you can't make those judgments. The only thing I would say is some of our foreign players do need to go because we've got too many foreign players. And that's because of if we're in
Ben
Europe.
David.
No,
Harry,
well,
Ben Davis.
I don't.
Eric
Well,
Dyer.
we're not going to get into the Ben Davis debate because
We're going to get into debates, but you just said-
we're not going to get into the Ben Davis debate because we've already.
No, but I'm
rinsed it
trying
out.
to understand.
Rinsed it out,
No,
so I'm not
hold
gonna
on,
go into
Alex.
it.
I'm trying to understand what players are not good enough from your point of view. What players are actually?
I said to you. I've said to you already.
Ben
that,
Davies is calling
we
you
need to get-
cuckoo, Alex.
we need to get into you need to let go of some of our foreign players because of the foreign player rule. So
Okay.
I'm saying to you that some of the players might go. So for instance, Lamella might have to go. Lamella might
That's
have to go.
definite.
Lamella might need to go
Right.
as well. And I'm saying that a heavy heart, but unfortunately, I think the Mora needs to go. As far as I'm concerned, you could get money for him. And I say also Sissoko needs to go.
Yeah,
All
So,
I agree with that.
and then I would say if we could get money for him, Dyer needs to go because he's a foreign player. So
Yep.
I think that makes it sense as well. And he doesn't work in defence, doesn't he? So
Right.
I've looked at past matches and he doesn't look good at all. To be
He's
honest, with you.
awful. He's
So-
diabolical.
So I think because he can't work in midfield anymore, I don't think it really works. So those are all those players at the moment. Okay, so then you're looking at who can you bring in after that. But those are the players at the moment I think that may need to go. But at the end of the day, reality-wise, you have to see what happens.
Aurier needs to go.
Yeah.
Aurier needs to go.
He's
Aurier needs to go. He
For
needs
Yeah,
to
sure.
but
go.
Marcelo, you're not in reality, mate. You just keep on saying,
What do you
"Oh,
mean?
get rid of this player,
What
get
is
rid of this player,
reality?
get rid of this."
What do you mean
I'll
reality?
tell you what
Get rid of this
reality
now.
is.
Wait, hold on.
Tottenham-
There's literally links of him. Like, have you been following the news? There's literally links between him going back to PSG.
Has it happened, though?
There's
Has it happened?
there's many
Has it
clubs.
happened?
Alistair
Has it
Gold,
happened?
your hero, the only person you listen to, Alistair Gold even said there's links between him and PSG.
I
Like,
don't know what you're
there's
calling about
links.
your hero.
But you're telling me I'm living in delusional land. You're telling me I'm living in cuckoo land. But even your godsend hero even said there's links.
That's your words, mate, not my words. So, by
Alex,
the way, so anyway, moving
lads,
on.
Marcelo, you know it's hard when your heroes lie to you when they tell you about a homegrown rule that doesn't exist. You know, it's hard. It's hard.
Dave, you don't even understand the rule, mate.
I
You don't even
do.
understand
I
the
sat
rule.
here and explained it to
You
you
don't
on one of the
understand
streams,
it.
guys.
Yeah, I've heard you talk about it. It's embarrassing, Bob.
Oh, how about this? How about this? How about this, Alex?
look.
No. How about this, Alex? Listen. How about this? How about our board actually run this club properly and sell some of these homegrown players that are not good enough, like Harry Wanks,
Yeah.
and actually replace them with other homegrown players like a Basuma, and just spend a little bit of cash. How about
But
that?
you know, Marcelo, what's going to happen, though,
No. But how about that?
We haven't even got a manager, bruv.
No.
haven't
When
even
we
got a
get
manager.
when we
We
get a
don't even have a clue
manager.
about that.
No. When we get a manager,
So when's it gonna happen,
Right?
mate? In
how
Timbuktu.
about
Alex, we had a manager. You wanted him
we
sacked.
actually? How about we actually back him? How about we actually
Oh,
back
Dave,
him?
don't start, mate. I'm taking on Marcelo here.
No.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is,
Sorry.
it infuriates me, right? You're telling about keeping Harry Winks, you're telling about keeping Dele Alli, you're telling about keeping these players, but then you want to sell you don't want to renew Bale's contract. You don't want to you rather sell Mora over Dele Alli. Like you rather do these things like players that like Mora. Like okay, I would agree with you. If we can get a good price with them, I would sell them. But I would sell Dele Alli over Mora. Dele Alli's toxic to the dressing room. He is a problem to this dressing room. We need to sell the players that are toxic and don't want to be here. I don't care if you're homegrown. I don't care about this. Deal with it. Fuck it. You brought this problem. No. You brought this problem.
Marcelo,
We brought this problem. No. This board. No. Listen. Because I've been here. I have been hearing enough of this shit. We have brought this problem to ourselves. We let these toxic, these little, propaganda little actresses stay in this club for too long. And you know what? This board needs to get their shit together, or else we're gonna be fucked. Because if we keep going that same
Marcelo,
no. If we go, no, Alex, if we go in that, you know what your mentality is? That is a Spursy mentality. Saying that we can't get rid of these players, saying that these players are good enough for Spurs. These players are not good enough for Spurs. You have lost.
If they wanted to,
the identity.
Did I say that?
Let Danny in, lads. Let Danny in.
But listen, if they wanted to, they can get rid of them, Alex. Let's be real, right? They did it in
Okay, so how did it not happen last couple of seasons, mate?
Why? Because Daniel Levy's a buffoon. He's a deluded
whoa.
That is why.
Let's change the terminology here.
No. We're not going to change terminology because this is Marcelo is right. What you're saying, you're backing up this board, right? Who have this sentiment.
I'm not backing up the board, bruv. I'm just reality check.
Yeah, okay.
At the end of the day.
But
okay,
why can't they sell them? Why can't they sell them?
Let Danny get his piece out, lads. Let Danny get his piece out.
But look, listen, right? Why can't they sell them? Because they've done it before. What the problem is that idiot who's running the club, he wants too much control, right? And he looks at a player and he thinks, oh yeah, they're good. I'm going to keep him. He doesn't even look at what he's seen something like 3 years ago, and he's thinking they're the same player, but he's not actually looking what's in front of him. And that's why he's trying to keep all these players based on sentimentality, and that's it. He's a deluded idiot. He needs to have he needs to have his mind cleared, because if he was actually watching what we're all watching, right, these players all should be got rid of, man. All of them.
You can't get rid of 11 players, mate.
They can. They've done it
doesn't
before.
work. It doesn't work like that, mate.
What do you mean it doesn't work like that?
Has it worked for Chelsea doing it? And how much money have they spent?
Yeah, but it doesn't work
for Chelsea getting loads of players.
Just quickly, lads, we need to respect the super chat. Every time there's a super chat, you guys have to stop speaking. That's how we're going to interrupt you guys. And Wayne Bonner, he says, best bromance ever. Absolutely, man. This 4 of us here, we all love each other. We all love to hate each other too. Big yourself up. Everybody else, if you have any questions, and whether you disagree or agree with whatever the boys are saying, whether you want to back up Marcelo, Alex, or Danny, why not do it in super chat? It all goes to a great cause, to the channel, to try and help this channel keep pushing to the top and be the very best Spurs content creator there is. So big yourself up, Wayne. There's 190 years watching. Make sure you do smash a like on the stream and a subscribe on the channel. No,
Alex,
where were we?
But going by that mentality, mate, you accepted failure. You accepted failure. This is Spursy, man. No, come on now. No, what
players are you looking for, mate? What players are going to come in? Are going to be unrealistic players that are going to come in to satisfy you, Marcelo? Just to satisfy you, mate. What players are going to come in?
What players are come in?
I don't know. What players are going to come in? What players are going to come out? You tell me. All
right. How about this? If we can sell 6 players, right? If we can sell 6 players, we have gone about 3 to 4 windows without selling any player, pretty much. If we can sell this summer, if this board actually tries to do their job and sell 6 players and bring in 3 to 4 players of quality, that will be good enough for me. It's a start. It's a start for a new rebuild. Now, those 6 players for me has to be Sissoko, has to be Harry Winks. He needs to fuck off. Has to be Dele Alli. He also needs to fuck off. Has to be Eric Dyer. He needs to absolutely fuck off. Has to be Ben Davies. He's a fucking loser, weak mentality. And it has to be. What's the other wanker?
Aurier. You say Aurier?
Aurier. Yeah, no, Aurier. I already said Harry Winks.
Yeah, you said him.
It has to be
Harry Winks.
Aurier. And I didn't even mention Doherty just because he's just so shit. I forgot he was a footballer. Honestly,
He's a gooner anyway.
Hey, like those 6 players has to go. And you know what? Like, if we can bring in a Max Aarons, that would be great. Or if we can get a Lamptey, or we can get a Emerson Royale, one of those guys, that would be very good. If we can get a Jensen or Janssen, I don't know how to say his name. The guy from Fulham, he's very good.
Anderson.
Anderson. Oh, what was I saying? Janssen. Anderson. Also, what was his other? Konza. I really like him. Or Botman, or one of those. Konza would be preferred because he's also homegrown, so that could fill the homegrown quota. And then if we can get like a midfielder like Bissouma or a Sabitzer or any of that, and then also on top of that, we start giving these young talents a chance. Give Sessegnon a chance. Give
Tanganga.
Tanganga a chance. Look at Tanganga tonight. Let these guys develop. Like Alex, you keep saying give Ben Davies a chance, but Ben Davies is 28 years old, lad. What you're doing, you are hampering this young development. The young players to develop in our squad. These young players that are coming through, like Sessegnon, you are killing their development by defending Ben Davies. You're killing this club by defending Ben Davies. No, you really are.
Marcelo,
I'm not joking, bro.
Just on the names, Marcelo, on the names that you mentioned to come in. Look, half of our fan base are probably confused right now because they don't understand winners. You're mentioning all winners, and half of our fan base are confused. We want to be losers. We want to complain about not winning trophies, but then want to hang on to the likes of Ben Davies, Mr. Anonymous, Mr. Passion, Moon Boots.
Dave, I just forgot my violin when you were talking, man.
Moose is a soul train. Moose is a soul train. We don't want winners at these clubs. We want to bring in players that can't kick a ball and develop them and coach them and keep them till they're 36 and give them testimonials and what I mean. Just let them wear a balaclava around the training ground playing cricket. Collect their wages and go home. This is the problem at this club. We do need, if we want to start lifting trophies like Leicester are doing, we need to cut the crap.
Yeah.
Someone doesn't perform at Leicester, they get rid of them, they just bring in the next guy. And
20 years ago, David.
It's the way they identify these players. It's the way they identify the players.
Don't do that,
David.
What you're talking
No, they do.
about.
They do.
Yes, they do. They stole my player. They stole my player.
The centre-back, Fofana.
Yeah,
Sayonchu. When they sold Maguire, they got Sayonchu. When they sold Ndidi, when they sold Kante, they went and got Ndidi. So they do actually do that.
They do that.
Alex, I know it's hard to accept, but I am actually speaking facts right now.
Oh yeah,
I know it's hard to take in and digest. But I'll give you my
I believe anything
they are facts.
They're talking about facts.
Tinman 007 says, "I hope Levy ain't watching this stream, as he will have Alex on the board as a fan representative." Proper Spursy. What do you say to that, Alex? Alex, would you actually like to go on the board of representatives as the Spurs representative?
I won't answer that question.
No, genuinely. I would actually like to know. Would you actually go?
I'm going to stick to the football. No.
Okay.
At the moment, I don't want to really go on about that at the moment. I just want to go back onto the plays.
How did
Alex, are you going to go to Ben Davies' testimonial?
You're the only one there. The only one there with a big flag.
You know what the sad thing is, David? He wouldn't be the only one there because for some reason Ben Davies.
Oh yeah, no. What's your friend called? Ariane, he'll be there.
Anyway, let's get back onto the points, man, because we're going.
We gotta at some point, Alex, we gotta start doing the right things, right?
Oh, Marcelo, man, this is dragging on too much. No,
we have been doing. No, it's not dragging on because you're not getting the fucking point.
Honestly, mate, I'm getting the violin out right now, but honestly,
let's calm it down.
Let's breathe. 8 fucking years, 20 years the sport has failed us.
We doubt the Ben Davies debate so much now. Honestly, mate, let's move on.
Because you don't get it.
Yes,
don't
I do
get
get it,
it.
Mo.
You
I
don't
do get
fucking
it.
get it.
Yes, I
What do you
get
think
it.
of
Honestly,
Højbjerg's performance
man.
today, lads?
Højbjerg. Højbjerg was he was good today.
Man of the match.
Fantastic.
Man of the
he was
match.
good
Fantastic.
today.
He was
good
unbelievable
today,
today.
The goal and assist.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
goal and assist, and his defensive work as well was unbelievable today.
Yeah, probably
was
want to
brilliant.
sell him next season. Our fan base, knowing our fan base. Like honestly, like I'm surprised. Like honestly, Højbjerg is more likely to go than Ben Davies. That's how our fan base is.
Marcelo, calm down.
No, because they will defend Dele Alli for 3 fucking seasons. But Højbjerg goes on a 5-game. Like I literally saw on Twitter, Højbjerg went on a 5-game run, and people are like, "Ooh, if we get a good price for Roma, maybe we can sell him for 50 million." Fuck off! Seriously, this is a joke. We are a joke. Until our fan base actually like starts having a proper mentality, we will be Spursy forever. It's a joke.
Dave, I think you need to give Marcelo the floor. I think he's got a lot of things to get out of his chest at the moment, mate.
But you two are jokes. I actually think you two really do get on. I really do think you would. You drive each other around the bend, but it's a bromance everyone wants to see, to be honest. But look, with Højbjerg, I understand where Marcelo's frustration is coming along. And Alex, this isn't coming from you, but I have seen it on Twitter where fans have been like,
Alex, that wasn't towards you. That was towards other fan base.
Fine. No,
they were asking like, would you sell Højbjerg for this? The reason why Højbjerg was on a bit of a run, the guy's played probably the most games out of any footballer in Europe this season, right? When you have the likes of Dyer around him, Reguilon even over the period of time, and then sometimes you see him out covering Aurier's side as well. When you have players out of their position, he's covering them. He's just being run ragged, and that's why we've seen some of the performances. But when everyone's on form and doing what they're supposed to do, and he could concentrate on digging the ball out in the middle, look what he done today. He got an assist, and then he done what you learn from 5 years of age. Don't ball watch. Someone takes a shot, follow it in. You get 5 goals a season off it, and he done it brilliantly, and he got his goal. So big up Pierre today. And to be honest with you, we'll ask the lads this as well, and everyone in the chat let us know what you think. Would you make Højbjerg captain next season?
Yeah.
We'll start with Danny.
Yes.
Yeah. I've said it. I said it earlier on. 100%.
I think that's going a bit too hesitant. I think
Over
that's
the top
too
because he's a winner.
I think it's a bit high.
What? Hold on.
How is he not captain?
Hold on.
Yes,
I want to ask Alex that question. Why would he not be captain? Because for me, right, a captain should be someone in the middle of the park, not a fucking goalkeeper, not a fucking striker, someone who's in the middle.
I hate Lloris as captain.
So do I. Someone who's in the middle, right? Who can communicate, which is what this fucking team is lacking, communication. They all look like dodos out there. They need someone who can communicate to everyone on the pitch, right? And someone who's got a voice, someone who's a leader, a born leader, a general like him. He needs to be our captain next season. I don't care about. I
don't really agree.
Why don't you agree?
Because I think at the moment,
I know. I've got an idea.
Let him speak.
I think no, it's not about. We need to move on from Davis now because we've rinsed that out so much now. Right.
Because he's still in the fucking football club. That's why we can't move on. Because I still have to fucking watch him wear a Spurs jersey. That's why we can't fucking move on. Because he doesn't deserve to be in this fucking football club. So we can't fucking move on until he's fucking gone.
I will continue. Right. All I would say is at the moment, okay, that I think it depends on the manager. I don't think at the moment. I've got no thoughts on what the squad's going to be like next season. I've got other things. I've got other things to say on what's going to happen next season as well. If we can get to that, but for me, like I said to before, like I just don't think it's a bit hasty to say he's captain next season because we don't know what the makeup of the squad's going to be like next season.
But like, if you were just to base it on this season and what you see on the pitch, because in fairness to him, like I've seen a number of times where, like, we've made mistakes and you have a lot of these idiots just staring at each other, going, "Oh, who done that?" You know what I mean? And pointing at each other. Whereas at least Højbjerg, he will stand there, he will bollock them. He will bollock them. He'll let them know it's not good enough. If based on his mentality and what you see this season, Alex, going into next season, would you like a mentality, aka Højbjerg, as your captain?
I don't
want to hear about what you.
No. I'm just saying. I'm saying to you now. I don't agree because I like Lloris. and I think Lloris is.
Why is Lloris a good captain?
Right. I just think he's not really done anything wrong for me. And
he hasn't done anything right.
I don't agree.
Okay, why?
I think he's a good goalkeeper, and I think he's a good. I think he's.
No, he's a great
he
goalkeeper.
does it out of.
No, forget goalkeeper. We're talking about captain.
Yeah, no, we're talking about captain. Alex, we're deviating from the subject.
Can I just finish my point?
Why is he a good captain?
Can I just finish my point? I think he leads by example, in my opinion. So I don't think he's. I think he should stay as captain, in my opinion.
Harry Kane should be captain. He leads by example better than anyone.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen there, don't we? Because the board don't really know what they're doing at all, don't we? On that. So for me, I think Lloris should stay and stay as captain for me.
Yeah, no, let him stay. Let him go for free.
If we don't have anybody else as second captain, maybe use Højbjerg, maybe. But I think Lloris should be captain this season for me.
Yeah, well, Scott M tends to agree. He says good enough captain for World Cup winning France, but not us. Fair point, but for me, I just look at Lloris and I don't really get inspired, to be honest with you. I really don't.
I could give a donkey's dick what he does with France.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think he's been a great servant to Tottenham. I think he's been a very good keeper for Tottenham. I really do. But for me, I don't think he's captain material. For me, I like someone that's vocal on the pitch, that's not afraid to bollock players, keep players on their toes. That's who I would like to play
for France. Moussa Sissoko plays well for France. Could give less of a fuck what he does for France.
Marcelo, let me give you another one, right? Who plays completely different for the country. Aurier. When he plays for Ivory Coast and he's the captain, he's a
looks like the
player.
next Cafu.
Yeah,
he looks like the next Cafu.
And then he comes to Tottenham and he couldn't.
And then he looks like Bobo the Clown.
Yeah, Bobo the Clown, exactly. Bobo the Clown, exactly.
No. Like, honestly, I don't care what Lloris has done in France. I don't care. Good for him.
I don't.
He won the World Cup.
Here we go, lads. Super chat here. Osmo says, agreed with Marcelo for the first time. Tottenham fans has given Levy excuse to lower the expectations to outside Europa League. Shame. With zero ambitions. We'll let Alex take this one and then we'll give Danny and Marcelo
I need to answer this question. I need to answer this question because I'm getting fed up with this right now.
Yeah.
All right. As far as I'm concerned, whether I've got opinion on Levy or not, I'm fed up of hearing people saying in and out when they don't have an answer of who's going to come in. Because be careful what you wish for. Because I think they're looking at Leicester.
I wish for trophies.
Leicester have got a good owner, but you don't know what you're going to get. So, for me, it's the same thing with the whole thing with Jose and Mourinho and everything else. Jose Mourinho and Pochettino when they sacked him. Who's going to come in? Because we've got no manager at the moment. I don't know who's going to come in and take over this club. Who's going to pay the money to get to be owners of this club?
Whoever it is going to be a rich man.
You don't know what their intentions
are. Whoever it is going to have to be a rich man.
As far as I'm concerned, okay, right, that I don't agree just to get rid of Enid without a plan, and that's the problem with Tottenham. When you don't have a plan, like we have at the moment, where I'm scared that we're going to get relegated next season because we're that bad at the moment. This is no slant on Mason.
I don't get it. You're saying we're going to get relegated, yet you want to keep the same players that are causing this problem.
No,
I don't get this thinking.
But Barcelona.
Anyone want to answer Osmo's super chat, lads?
I'm not getting this problem. Like, are you just accepting? Like Alex, just say it. Do you just accept the fact that we're shit? No. Are you accepting the fact? No. Are you accept? No. I am talking sense because you just said that we could get relegated, but yet you're defending the same players that are putting us in this position. You're defending the board that's putting us in this position. Have you just given up? Like, are we just like? Should we just give up? Should we just give up? Should we just give up? No. Just tell me now.
Like, Danny, you want to take?
No, I'm not twisting anymore.
Yeah, I can take it. Yeah, I completely agree with what Awesome was saying, to be honest. I think that the way he's run the club in the last 20 years, he's done it for me, my opinion, he's done it for a sole purpose of generating money for the business. Forget the football side of things, right? For the business. Yeah, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club is a business. It's a company, right? They're there to what every company on the planet does one thing, and they make money. That's what they're there for. That's why you form a company, to make money, right? He is there to maximize profits and minimize losses. That is his sole purpose for being an owner of a football club, right?
Yeah.
And he's using football club to make the money, to make a business, right? Because if he cared about the football inside, he would have put money into the club more than he has done. And he would have done other things to try and actually achieve glory on the pitch. But he hasn't, because he's trying to run a business which is self-sustaining. And this is why I agree, because what Daniel Levy has done, right, over the years, and Enick, what they've done is they've used, like, for example, Pochettino's let's just say his overachievements, right, to make it to kind of cover over what they're actually doing. Because if Pochettino, right, hadn't done what he did, do you think the fans would have stood for being like 7th or 6th in the league, building a new 60,000 seat stadium?
No.
When we're not even investing in the squad. The only reason that fans were happy are because we were doing so well in the league and so well in Europe. That is the only reason. And this is why I completely agree with what Awesome Wars just said. It's lowered the fans ambitions and expectations, and this is why we're sitting here and people were happy with the squad that we've got.
No, I mean, we're not happy, Danny. That's
just quickly. We have before we let Alex reply, we have 202 people watching. I want to say a massive thank you to Awesome All. You're too kind, my man, absolute legend. Everyone else, keep getting your super chats in, keep getting your comments in. Any questions for the panel, let us know and I'll put them to them. Also, Awesome All, I'm going to award you comment of the day. Anyone want to try and take comment of the day off Awesome All, put in a super chat, either make us laugh or put in a great topic for us to discuss. Big up, Awesome All, you're a legend. There's a lot of new faces I haven't seen before. Make sure you smash subscribe on the channel. The big push for 3K is on. And also, make sure you smash a like on the stream. I want to see 200 likes on the stream as well. Sorry, Alex, go on, reply, my man.
No, I just think it's not a case of being settled about the squad, because you've heard my points about I'm not satisfied just being above Arsenal, because that's what some Tottenham fans are saying. They want it just to be above Arsenal, and that's not my prerogative. I want to be, win the Premier League one day in my life.
You can't say that, Alex. You can't say that.
Danny,
we're not going to win. We're not. No. We're not going to win the Premier League with Dele Alli. We're not going to win the Premier League with Ben Davies.
I haven't finished.
Okay.
Right. So my point is that the only way this is going to move forward is that we sort out the structure. And at the moment, the structure is a mess at the moment. So that's why I've got no confidence of what we're going to do moving forward. Whether the players leave or not, can you trust the board to make those sort of decisions at the moment? Or the director of football see fit and make decisions on the players that we want at the moment? No, we don't.
He's another wanker that needs to
go. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Reality-wise, I don't see how we're moving forward. There's too many problems out there. We're still mixing them. We're thinking about what we're going to do with Kane and Son. We haven't got a plan whether he's going to go or stay. And for me, a top club should make a decision. It's quite easy decision for me.
But it has to start somewhere, Alex, right?
But it
has to start with those fans.
Let Kane go. Yeah, but
no.
I'm just gonna say this. What I'm trying to say is that at the moment, I'm not confident what's going to happen next season, because I don't see any planning towards what's going to happen next season for me. There's too much dilly-dallying on players. They might get a few players in, from what I'm hearing, but I'm not confident at the moment because I don't see any planning at all. And I don't trust Steve Hitchen. He's the one that's choosing the manager right now, which is a joke because, he's been a joke as a director of football. So I don't agree with that, to be honest with you. So that's it.
Yeah, just quick super chat from Tin Man 007, and then I just want to have my say on this whole letting Harry Kane go. I can understand people's reasoning, thinking behind it, but I just want to have my say on it quickly. Tin Man 007 says, Alex, I don't care who the new owner is, but I'm pretty sure they will get more than one trophy in 20 years. So I'm willing to take that risk.
No disrespect to that, but I don't agree with that at all. And that just shows you what the attitude of some people at the moment. I've got to be honest, because if you're telling me,
that he's a winner. That's the attitude that he's showing. That he wants to win things. He wants to take that lead. He wants to be brave. He wants to put on his big boy pants.
Dave, let me just say my point. What I'm trying to say is that what he's saying is he doesn't care what owner comes in, and he'll take a risk on whatever happens. Well, from what I thought in history, we nearly went out of business in 1991, didn't we?
Yeah, that's old news.
So
let's keep Dele Alli and let's sell Harry
Kane. We have to be very, very careful what we wish for.
That's how we're.
Yeah, I wish for trophies.
No. You're telling me. No, hold on a second. You're telling me be careful what you wish for, but you're saying keep Dele Alli and sell Harry Kane. Like,
no.
Do you understand? That is madness to the beyond. Like,
Alex,
like, that's your opinion, mate.
No, like, how can you say let Harry Kane go? Like, seriously, he's the best thing that's ever happened to Tottenham, and like, you want to let that go, and you want to keep.
And just like Carl Simpson says here, he scored 22 goals and 13 assists, and you want to let him go. Just on Harry Kane, just quickly, actually, as well, Alex, you said be careful what you wish for. I told you that when I was debating you about getting rid of a manager. I told you this exact situation was going to happen, but you didn't care then because you didn't like the manager. You know, we need to be brave. We need to start putting on a big boy pants and start demanding trophies and demanding more. With Harry
that
Kane,
wasn't true, mate. You know that's not true.
No, it's true.
No, it's
the video's there for everybody to watch.
It's true.
It's true. I've been saying that a lot.
It's not true. It's not true.
On Harry Kane. Harry Kane.
Okay, move on. But that wasn't true.
I can understand people's reasoning behind them. You know, get the cash, reinvest in the squad. I understand that. But selling your best asset and selling your goals and your assist maker right now, you know, it's just plunging the club even further towards the relegation zone. Like you said, Alex, you think we're going to get relegated next year. Now imagine we sell Kane this summer. Imagine how actually close to realising that we are going to be.
We would truly be a relegation team.
In fact, because we only have a few class players, we actually have to keep them and build around them no matter what. Because if not, it's going to take longer and it's going to be more painful and things will get worse before it gets better. At least if we build around Kane and Son and people like that, you know, it's going to be less painful. And they're the players that you should be building your team around for. We've already made this mistake with Gareth Bale, with Luka Modric, right? With Michael Carrick, with Berbatov. We've already made this mistake. We need to start keeping these players and we need to start building around them. Because to be honest with you, I'm sick of being a feeder club for these guys, you know, selling them on, letting them go win trophies, watching them all lift trophies, and I'm sitting there crying my eyes out because it's not Tottenham. And they were at Tottenham and it should be at Tottenham, they're lifting the trophies. We need to learn from our previous lessons and keep our best players and build around it so we can actually lift trophies.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, but the difference is... The difference is with those players, they wanted to leave, mate. Berbatov wanted to leave, Carrick wanted to leave, Modric wanted to leave, Bell wanted to leave. That's the difference. You see what I'm saying? Kane probably wants to leave. So that's the thing. So at the end of the day, it's harsh. It's very harsh what we're saying here at the moment. But unfortunately, if we're a big club, right, we've got to think about life without Kane. Okay, if we're going to move forward. Now, I would say this.
Alex.
What I would say is to this. Okay, the only worry for me with what's happening with if he does go, who's going to help sort out the replacement of what's going to be brought in with that money? And I don't trust Steve.
Alex, Kane is the best striker to ever grace Tottenham. Just before we let Marcelo and Danny have their say, I just get this super chat from Nigel Gates. Big up for the big super chat. Absolute legend. What a hero, man. You're so generous. You're too kind, man. He says, I asked yesterday, Enoch out. Fine, but what's next? You get Enoch out and get a US owner. Then we've got another ESL mess possible. You need to lobby government first to stop another ESL attempt. Protect the league first. Look, that's a fair point. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to let Danny address the super chat. Danny's good at this. And then I want to let Marcelo come in and have his say on Harry Kane because he is dying for it. He's dying for it. So, Danny, if you want to address Nigel's super chat, my man, big up Nigel, absolute legend. Everyone else, follow suit. Keep getting your super chats in. Keep getting your comments in. But, Danny, take it away. What do you think on the super chat? And it is a fair point. It's a great point. To be fair.
It is a very good point. But what I say to that, my opinion on this is that someone who's gonna you look, we don't, so being realistic and honest about this, right? You don't know what we are going to get. It is a gamble. It is like playing roulette. It is like playing poker. It's a gamble, right? It's going to be 50-50. It can either be really good for us, or it could be like how you could say how Arsenal are with Kroenke and how they're running the club, which is, you could say it's probably worse than how we are now. The only difference is, what I feel is that someone who's going to come in, right, with the way Levy and Enoch are, you're going to need like astronomical amount. It's going to be like a world record takeover bid for someone to come and get to come and buy Tottenham, right? You're looking at like 2.5 billion probably minimum, I would have thought, just by like what you can think of what Levy would want, right? Just for example, if it is something like that, then if someone who's going to spend that sort of money is going to come in, then they're not going to spend that money and just go like, all right, I've got a club now. That's it. I've just gone and spent £2.5 billion on a football club. What would be your reasoning in buying a football club for £2.5 billion if you're not going to put money into it to make more money? Because at the end of the day, it's a business. So that's how I see it. And the thing is, where you say you need to lobby the government first to stop another ESL attempt, I think they're trying to do that in a way, right? Where you say protect the league first. But the end of the day, what these clubs are trying to do is they're trying to reform what's currently there so they can maximize their profit. That's why they went to do this ESL thing, because they thought, well, you have UEFA and FIFA not listening to them because they're corrupt organizations, right? They want as much money for them as themselves, and they don't want the other clubs to earn more money. But that's why they've done this ESL thing. But I think it could potentially be applied to kind of try and change the current format and the way that the Champions League is and European competitions are, so that these clubs can actually maximize TV revenue and rights around the world and stuff like that, so they can earn more money than what they're earning now. And if they were to do that, then look, everything is about money in life, right? If these clubs are earning more money by like whatever means, more TV rights, and they have an agreement with, say, the Premier League that money is filtered down to other clubs, do you think the Premier League are going to sit there and say, no, we don't want your money? They're going to say, yes, please give me that. So if these clubs are making more money and they say, all right, you can get a percentage of it, and it's more than what they're getting now, they will take that in a heartbeat. And that's what I say to that.
Good answer. Great answer, Danny. Really appreciate that. Nigel, I hope you enjoyed the answer, man. Let me know in the comments if you did. Everyone else, follow suit. Keep getting your super chats in, guys. Like I said, it really does help me bring more and more content, but a lot better content for you guys next season. I'll have a better system. I'll have a computer and all in place, and I'll be smashing out the content. I'm doing all this on my phone. You guys know how good it is, and that's just from my phone. Imagine what I can do with the big boy toys. So keep up the super chats, guys. I really do appreciate it. And big yourself up, Nigel. What a legend. And before I give this Wayne Bonner super chat to Alex, I do want to let Marcelo come in and have his say on Harry Kane.
Like, the thing is, first off, you don't know that Harry Kane wants to leave or not. From his performances, it doesn't say that he wants to leave. He's about to get a golden boot. He's been playing his ass off. He's looking better than ever. So, for me, his body language doesn't tell me a guy that wants to leave. Dele Alli is the body language of a guy that definitely wants to leave a club. You know what I mean? He could give less of a shit. You know, about whether. Well, no, he could care less. But like, the fact is, you're telling me, like, we need to move on, right? But you don't want to move on from Ben Davies, from Dele Alli, from Aurier, from like all these guys that are actually the problem. But you want to sell the best striker in the world, the guy that is probably the only reason, him and Son are probably the only reason we're not a mid-table club. The guy that literally gives it his all, the Mr. fucking Tottenham, you know, king of the lane. Like, you want to sell him, but keep these players because that is moving forward. I'm sorry. That is the opposite of moving forward. That is moving backwards. That's what we have been doing for 20 fucking years. This mentality that we need to sell our biggest player so we can get, 7 other wank jobs. It's just like, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. We need to start, we need to keep Harry Kane. Levy needs to keep his fucking, show his cojones for once. You know what I mean? I know he looks like a dick, but I want to see if he actually has one. You know what I mean? I want to see if he actually has some cojones, some balls. You know what I mean?
100%.
Keep Harry Kane and actually fucking build around him. You know, actually like do what proper teams do. Liverpool, they didn't sell Mo Salah, Mane, you know, all these players. All right, sure, they sold Coutinho, but that was one player. You know what I mean? That was one player. But that's because they didn't have a squad. You know what I mean? Like we need to keep Harry Kane and Son. I'm sorry, we need to keep them. They're too important. They're the best duo in Europe, in fucking Europe. You do not let that go. That is a Spursy mentality. That is a weak mentality, and that is not a mentality that wins people trophies.
Yeah, 100%. And Alex, you can respond, but also respond to Wayne Bonner here as well. He says, Alex, why did those players want to leave? And he's talking about the likes of Modric, you know, Berbatov, Bale, Carrick, players like that. When we genuinely have world class players, my man.
I don't.
Big up, Adam.
For me, I think they wanted to go to clubs to win things. Maybe I don't know. I think that's. I think they at the time Tottenham weren't renowned as the club that were going to go places and to get into the Champions League. I think in that time. So, I mean, Modric was always wanting to leave anyway, didn't he? He was kind of. We stopped him from going to Chelsea, didn't we? So at that time, didn't we? So, but yeah, their intentions were moving on. But I'm not saying that Kane wants to move on. I think he's got a lot of respect for the club. But I think it is coming to that point now where, well, just to answer his point about, I just think that at the end of the day, you know, they want to go to other clubs that are going to win, you know, more top honours and, you know, do more in their careers and stuff like that. So that's to answer his super chat. And I think, you know, it's a shame, but, you know, for a club like Tottenham, you know, you just got to take the investment, plan forward and try and, you know, replace the squad with that money, you know, and trying to make new superstars and stuff. And that's what we're hoping with the new coaching staff as well, really, isn't it? So, but yeah, it's annoying. It is annoying, but at the end of the day, this is the way Tottenham have got to play at the moment. This is what we should have done before, didn't we? So, yeah, that's it.
100%.
I hope I've answered the super chat.
Yeah, but you have an answer for this? Did you say?
No.
Big up, Brian.
Yeah. You know what? And I'm glad he said about Leicester.
I'll just read it out and then I'll let you have your say, man. So we'll actually let everybody have their say because this is a great point, Brian. And Alex did actually ask me and say he did want to speak about this. So big up, Brian. See, actually, you're a legend, man. I want to know how you're keeping. I hope you're all good, man. And yeah, I hope you're all good. Lads, any Spurs win always makes my weekend. 100%, I agree. But I give anything for a day out like Leicester had yesterday. Trophies, but before profit. Great stream. Come on, David. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Brian. See, I'm glad you really enjoy it, my man. And I hope things is all good with you. So keep up and thank you for the super chat. Alex, do you want to have your say on Brian C's super chat here?
I've got to say this. I've spoken about Leicester. I actually. You know what? I remember when I went on We Are Tottenham TV and I spoke to Ben and he said to me, we're going to finish above Leicester. And I said, I didn't believe him because I thought, and look what happens now.
Yeah.
That stung yesterday. That stung really badly yesterday. Really stung. I can't stand Chelsea. I really wanted Chelsea to beat them. Because it puts us so behind. I think we're honestly, it is so
makes
shameful.
us look worse.
It makes us bad. Honestly, their recruitment since they've won the Premier League has been exemplary. You know, I think a lot of the players we should have got. I know Tielemans is going to sting for Tottenham fans because it's quite well documented. The reason why we didn't get Tielemans was because of Harry Winks.
Should have had him when he was 16, when he was at Anderlecht and playing Champions League football when we were looking at him.
Because Paul Mitchell did identify him.
Yeah, he did.
As a replacement. So, that does sting. A lot of players at Leicester stings.
Poch wanted him as well. So,
I don't know, actually, he actually did want him, actually. I think he actually did want him because of Harry Winks. what I've heard anyway. But yeah, it does sting very hard. The Leicester thing, and yeah, they're going ahead of us.
Yeah,
and I did warn Tottenham fans. About Leicester.
You did.
I've been keeping. I have been keeping an eye on Leicester, and I was worried about Leicester. So yeah, It was not. I didn't feel good after yesterday. To be honest with you, I was. Yeah.
No, I fully agree. It was a sore point with me watching them lift it. But big up Brian C. Great talking point, my man. Great discussion. I'm going to give you super chat of the day, my man. Just because you're a legend.
Can I add to that, Dave?
Yeah, I will. I'm going to let everyone add something. I just want to read out a couple of comments here from channel members. There's one more super chat, and then I'm going to let yourself and Marcelo have a say. Nigel Gates says, you need to dump at least 8 players, invest 100 million and another 100 million on top of it. Get some good players. Big up Nigel Gates. Couldn't agree more. And a channel member, of course, he has that badge beside his name. Anyone wants that badge beside their name, grab a channel membership because the fan show is coming tomorrow night. Will McKenzie, another channel member, big up, what a legend. He said, if we sell Ndombele to Madrid and Ali to PSG, we should get Grealish or Diabala. 100%, couldn't agree more. Tim Man 007, he's not a channel member, but he's a good super chatter, so we'll read it out as well. He said, if we let things down to you, Alex, you would bring back Ryan Nelson to play alongside Moo Boots. That's a funny comment. Big up to him, man. And Ben Davies as well with the super chat. Oh, your boy, Alex. He says, this is for the channel and Marcelo's entertainment. He knows what he's talking. He knows what he's saying, unlike Alex, a.k.a. Ty. Alex, does that take Ben Davies off? Do you want him sold now?
Oh, gosh. Oh,
Alex, is Ben Davies out now?
It makes me laugh with people that they can only insult you to make their point. They can't have.
I know he's only having a laugh, man. I
know. I just laugh at it. To be honest with you, come back with a football point, and then I can discuss this with you there, mate. You know what I mean? It's all fun and games.
Yeah, no, it's good banter. And then just take the super chat from Dark Sun G21, and then we will let Danny come in with his point and Marcelo as well. Dark Sun G21, big up yourself, man. A legend. How are you keeping? Hope you're keeping well. He says, in Korea, the man in the match was Coco because he didn't play today, lad. This was Coco's best game. He didn't play. We get 3 points. Yeah, I fully agree with that. Dark Sun G in with the jokes. Dark Sun G in with the jokes. What a legend. It's so true. No, but it's true. It's true. Big up Dark Sun G and big up Ben Davies as well. But look, we'll let the Bun come in. Bun, you wanted something to say, my man.
No, I was going to say, right, have you seen it? So before I go on to Leicester
big
point,
up Alex.
Did you see the stats of Lamella and how many goals he scored compared to Alisson? They both got a goal each. One's a goalkeeper. I'll just leave that. Let that sink in.
He's got the same amount of goals as Bergwijn. He's got more goals than Bergwijn this season.
Let that sink in, Alex.
A goalkeeper has more goals than Bergwijn. That's shocking. That's shocking. Did I say, Danny? I'm just going to ignore myself because he likes to sound his own voice, doesn't he?
You can't ignore Marcelo. Marcelo, make sure you hear him. Believe me.
I know. He likes the sound of his own voice, doesn't he? Bless him.
No, he's a legend. He's funny. I love him.
Bless him. But I understand what you're saying, Daddy. But I did say that we should let Lamella go, though, didn't I? So,
I do agree. You did say that, but you can't defend him. Please don't. I don't want to hear defending Lamella anymore.
I will give him some.
Alex is too nice at heart. Alex is too nice at heart. I get where he's coming from. But Alex, you need that ruthless streak, man. We need to send you for a weekend with Roy Keane. He'll instill it into you, and you'll come back a new man, and you'll be sitting here saying, look, Coco is shit. We need to get rid. Trust me. Come on, Tyler, with me for a weekend, man, and I'll beat to the ways.
If I lived in Cloud Cuckoo Land, yeah, we can get loads of players out, but we don't do that at the moment. It's reality. So let's get into
that's
reality.
That's for Marcelo to come in, I think.
The reality, and that's it. But I'll let Danny finish because I know he's.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say about the Leicester, right? I don't agree with you about Chelsea winning, right? As much as I hate Chelsea, one of my worst teams. I can't stand them, especially the fans. But look, Leicester, they deserve to win that. They deserve it because they've done very well as what their squad are trying, what their team are trying to achieve over the last few years since they won the Premier League. and how they've recruited and how they've tried to build this unity, like what we had with Poch. They're trying to do that, and they've done it, and now they won a trophy. So, look, take your hats off to them, and they deserve it. So I can't agree with wanting Chelsea to win it, because that'd just be even worse for us. And what I like about Leicester winning it, it shows us how bad we really are. And it needs to be shown, because this man at the top, who's a so-called Tottenham fan, he's taken this club so far back in the last 2 years that Leicester have gone and won an FA Cup, their first final in 52 years, and they've won it, and they didn't bottle it like we do.
Yeah, 100%, Marcelo.
Just nah. I don't know, man. I've just been going through the motions. Just honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I just I'm thinking about like what's going on in this football club, and just like I just been thinking like, where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do? And it's just just seeing Leicester lift that FA Cup. You know, I know it's a little bit off topic, but just seeing them lift that FA Cup. I mean, congratulations to Leicester. I have nothing against Leicester. They did it the right way.
Yeah,
they did it the proper way. You know, football won. You know, I mean, I was glad that Leicester won, because in my opinion, football won. You know, hard work, dedication, actually properly managing your club, not just, you know, being oil money club like Chelsea, you know, and just buying all the players. Like Leicester won it through hard work. So congratulations for, you know, to Leicester and all the Leicester fans. You know, really, like it's a great moment for them. But I gotta admit, like, you know, 30 years ago, we used to be FA Cup record holders, and now we're talking about being jealous about Leicester.
Wasn't it before the Premier League era started, we were record holders of the FA Cup?
We should be FA Cup record holders, and now we're talking about being jealous of Leicester, who used to be a relegation, you know, yo-yo club.
Used to be down in League Two.
Yep.
They were down in League Two.
We've never been out of the Premier League.
Yeah. It's a joke. It's a joke. And then, you know, these people want to, you know, give excuses to these owners and these players, and, you know.
Alex, I'd actually like to know, what do you make of yesterday's protest? Where do you stand on the board situation?
You know, I'm not going to talk about the protest thing.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. But
I'm not going to talk about that.
Where do you stand on the board?
One thing I will say, though, which I've got to say, this whole thing of outing people that were at the protests needs to stop, because everyone knows what's going on. I mean, we can't go to stadium, so everyone knows what's going on. So, you know, if people want to protest, that's their choice. If people don't want to protest, that's their choice. And that's it. I'm not going to get into it. And that's it. So that's all I need to say on that. In terms of the board, like I said to you before, I can see people's point about the board. I can see people's point, but the point I'm making is that I need to see somebody come in that's going to be better than Enoch. At the moment, I don't see it, because every person that who's an owner who wants to buy the club wants to make money. So that's it. Spurs, I'm not going to. If you want to talk to me personally, we can talk about it personally, but I'm not going to talk about it here. So that's it. And also, I've actually given you a hint why I don't want to protest. I've just told you what's happened this last year. What's happened? What we're going through at the moment. So I've just kind of given you a hint what it is. So I'm not going to go into it anymore. At the end of the day, I mean, I just want to hear, you know, I don't know who's going to replace him, you know, because every owner wants to make money. Even a Leicester owner wants to make money. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you have to be careful what you wish for.
Not unless you're Abramovich.
Pardon?
Not unless you're like Abramovich, who's done it out of the love of the game, because he wants to see your team win titles.
Well, again, they got lucky and got the owner that they got, but you don't know what's going to happen, don't you?
Yeah.
So I mean, again, but we're in the same situation like we've got with the manager. because, like I said, I mean, I never wanted Jose to just get sacked. I wanted to have somebody to replace him. But we, you know, at the moment, we haven't got a replacement at the moment, haven't we? You know, I've got no confidence in what place is going to come in. So at the moment, we're an absolute mess. And that's why I'm saying to you at the moment that I can't see anything else than mid-table next season. So I mean, I can see where people's gripes are on, because Levy made an absolutely terrible mistake of, and I don't want to repeat myself, but he sat Pochettino and it was the wrong decision.
Yeah.
We got Jose in, and to be fair, I couldn't stand him, but we should have just kept him if we didn't have a replacement for him. We might have been in a better position.
You campaigned it's getting gone, Alex, and now you're saying
I wasn't campaigning. I wasn't.
You weren't. No, you weren't.
I wasn't campaigning to do it, David.
Come on, let's not tell some white lies. Let's tell the truth.
No. I wasn't doing that. So
come on. You were on your
David.
I
wasn't, David.
Campaigning.
No, I wasn't campaigning, David.
Where
was I campaigning? Where was I complaining? Anyway, moving on, David, because David, I've badged you too much, mate. You know what I mean? I'm giving you the white flags already, mate. You know what I mean?
I'm too busy winning the debates against you, Alex. I'm always schooling you.
Oh, mate, I bantered you too much, mate. Anyway, let's move on. You're digging a hole for yourself, mate, like Marcelo. Anyway, moving on.
You're a joke. Before we let Alex finish his point, Wayne Bonner says my testicles would do a better job than Levy. Yeah. They're probably as bald as Levy too, you know. You can call your testicles Levy and Joe Lewis. Levy and Joe, that's what you have. You have Danny and Joe. Big up Wayne Bonner, you legend. Big up Wayne, my guy. Everybody else, keep getting your super chats in. This is great fun. I'm having a whale of a time. I hope everybody else is too. You know, if you have any questions for the panels or anything like that, get them in as well. But look, guys, anything else you'd like to speak about here? Anything else we want to disagree on? I know Alex called out Danny, and Danny's been waiting for Alex, and Marcelo and Alex too. And
it's
anything else you want to speak about, lads?
It's all fun, but I like I said, I am fed up really right now.
Who would be your next manager, Alex? I have a question for you.
That's what I was going to ask as well.
Oh, let's
realistically,
92 playing show.
No, I just want to see like who like just whatever, like if just your choice, right? Not like forget about Enoch, forget about what's going on right now, right? Who would be your ideal manager right now?
Is that realistic or ideal?
No, for you, like
what he's asking is if Alex was looking at the managerial candidate, who would he want? Like preferred choice. It doesn't matter whether it makes sense or not. You know, some of mine don't make sense. But
just who you want.
If Alex is looking at managers across the world right now, what does he want in?
And can I just add to that as well? Right on top of that question, so I want you to answer that, Alex, but also answer who would you like to see us get realistically, or who do you think we're going to get realistically? So,
Danny, I've just got to answer that question. I've got no idea. So I've got absolutely no idea because this club is just Because
who would you be happy with then?
Yeah.
So like obviously, right? No, Alex, just hear me out. So if there was a couple of managers, if there was a few managers appointed, you obviously know who you don't want, right? But if there was someone appointed, who would you say that you wouldn't mind if it was appointed? Say,
if you're talking about realistically, I've got no idea. To be honest, I've got no idea.
Yeah, you're at the same stage I was at a couple of days ago, Alex.
So I'm sorry, but like I said, I think I said this on the Football Terrace. I said we've been successful with 3 managers: Pochettino, Harry Redknapp, and Martin Jol, and they weren't even our first choice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I'm at a loss at the moment. If I could turn back 3 years ago, I would have kept Poch 100%. Yeah, that was a stupid decision and a rash decision, and that's it. But I don't want to go back onto that because I think for me, even though he might get sacked at PSG, and to be honest with you, I don't think that's his fault. I think he's a fantastic coach, and I think he'll end up being a fantastic coach whatever he wins. as far as I'm concerned. But I don't think he could stand going for that structure. And the way that he got treated was disgusting, to be honest with you. And I'm going to be even more controversial, maybe a bit of a hypocrite. I think Jose actually is laughing at us at the moment.
Oh, 100%.
He's got another job.
You can tell by his Instagram posts. Of course, he's laughing at us.
Yeah.
The fact he's got another job, it sums it all up, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah. Just quickly, I'll just get Wayne Bonner's super chat in here. He says, "How did you know what I called him, Wayne? We must go to the same house, if you get what I'm saying. If you catch my drift, that's how I know, man." Big up, Wayne. Everyone else, keep getting your super chats in, like Wayne here. But sorry, Danny, go on.
No, yeah. I just going on what Alex was saying. Yeah, I think Poch was just mistreated, and I think Jose is definitely taking the piss out of us. I think there's definitely conversations that they had, and he like we saw that supposed whatever it was, that message that came out about what happened between the conversation between Levy and Jose Mourinho, and him saying you're never going to win anything or whatever. And he's probably right. You kind of think that might be true based on what, like, all the posting of the best achievements I ever had, and he posted like some trophies of Chelsea and then some other ones of Chelsea and whatever. But of course he don't care, because the owners never backed him the way he needed to be backed. And just like they never backed the man who should have been backed, who deserved to be backed, and that's Poch.
There was a comment about Ralph Rangnick, and I did say Ralph Rangnick because to get rid of Steve Hitchin, and also he'd be a good coach to nurture some of the coaches we got below. But I think you need to do some research on him, because Alistair Gold pointed out a few things that he didn't really mention, but I don't want to say any more on that. So I think you need to do some research on it. I'm not going to say.
We'll let Marcelo in then, because Marcelo's been unusually quiet, so we'll let Marcelo come in. But you shouldn't have brought up Ali Gold's name, because you're just giving Marcelo more ammunition when he says that he's right.
Like the thing is, right? Like with Alistair Gold, right? We say these things like years before. Like David and I have been saying these things for years. And then when Ali Gold says it, then all the sheep, all the herd, they come in together and they're like, "Oh my God, he said it! Oh my God, he said it! Oh, the board is not being run right! Oh, these players are crap now! I finally saw it! My eyes are finally open!" It's just like, please get your own opinion. Actually understand football. And just you can form your own opinion. You don't have to just listen to Alistair Gold. You know what I mean? Like you can actually form your own opinion. Like you can be original, man. I'm not saying this towards you, Alex, but I'm just saying just be original. Our fan base, all they do is just listen to Alistair Gold. Like he tweets something out, and everybody just open it up and starts jerking off to it. You know what I mean? It's like they're Pornhub or something, man. Seriously, the guy, everything he says, it's literally oh, Sergio Reguilon has joined the club. No shit, dipwad. Fucking Fabio Romano said that weeks ago. You know what I mean? Everything he says, it's just we all know. I know. You don't need to tell me this. You don't need to tell me these players are shit. You might as well tell me the sky is fucking blue. You know what I mean? If you don't know this, if you didn't know this until Alistair Gold said it, then you're just a sheep. I'm sorry. If you didn't know these players were shit until Alistair Gold made that tweet, then you're just a sheep, and you should form your own opinions, and you should actually start understanding about football, and not just wanking off to Alistair Gold. It's a joke. It's a joke.
100%. Just quickly, Tin Man 007, absolute legend. What a guy. He says Alex will choose Mike Bassett. Big up Tin Man. Big up Tin Man. But I do have a comment here from Bob Spar I want to get to now. But big up Tin Man 007, absolute legend. Everyone else, feel free to get your super chats in with anything you want to say, whether you agree, disagree, or whether you just want to support the channel and you've enjoyed the stream and you think it's worth it. So big yourself up, guys, and big up Tin Man 007. Bob Spar TV says Ali Gold said in a breaking news stream tonight that Poch is close to signing after parting ways with PSG. What? Is Poch gone from PSG, lads?
Not that I know of.
Surely he's taking the piss. You taking the piss, Bob?
He must be taking a piss. That's definitely a Bob thing to do. That is a Bob wind-up merchant special. That is.
Well,
By
we'll get Alex's thoughts on it anyway.
By the way, I wasn't having a go at Bob, and I actually have a lot of respect for Bob. I actually want to go on the stream with him one time because I think I do like Bob, from what I've seen. So I also want to big up to Josh as well because I saw some of his streams one time. I think he's very, very good actually. Josh's debate or something, Spurs debate. But yeah, big up to you, Bob. By the way. Because he looks like a very genuine guy. To be honest with you, puts his heart on his sleeve.
Bob's one of the good ones.
So I just want to shout him out and stuff like that. I wasn't having a go at you, by the way, mate. So yeah, hopefully I can have a stream with him one time. Anyway, definitely. But I like I said, I don't know why he want to come back to Tottenham. You know, I really don't understand. I don't really know why he want to come back to Tottenham. Because like why he got treated so badly and like we were so close and he just I don't think he want to go back to that structure. The structure needs to improve so much. Like Steve Hitchen needs to go. I'm sorry, and get somebody in who knows how to employ recruit players. I mean, I don't think Campos is going to want to come to Tottenham because of the way that he treated Mourinho. So I've got to be honest. But if Campos could come in, I mean, he's got pedigree, hasn't he? I mean, if we could get Paul Mitchell back, that'd be the best. But I think we've hurt him so much now. That's just really it. But I mean, Steve Hitchen's just a bloody Levy man. That's a Levy man for me. Steve Hitchen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got no confidence with him. I mean, the fact is, that's why I'm so wound up with the Potter, Graham Potter. The players want him. They're impressed with him. Why the players?
No. That's what Ali Gold is telling you. That's not the truth. Come on, Harry Kane's not looking at Harry Potter and saying, "Oh yeah, I want him to come into the training ground and start waving his wand around the place, start running through platform 9 3/4." Come on, look, there's no way Harry Kane and son want Graham Potter. Let's be real.
No way. No, so some of the players are impressed. What's it their business to get involved?
They're impressed with relegation form. That's what they're impressed with.
Exactly. I mean, I just and Steve Hitchen was the one that recommended him as well. I was like, oh my gosh, you want to listen
Steve
to them?
Hitchen probably be next manager.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I've got.
What do you think, Marcelo?
You say that again? Hold on.
Steve Hitchen probably be next manager.
Cares? Yeah, probably. I mean, like honestly, yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, like honestly, I'm starting to think that Ryan Mason might become manager. I really am. Like I'm getting a grown suspicion. Like he's such a yes man. Like he is the ultimate yes man. Like I hate Ryan Mason.
Bob wants to know, am I staying on for long? I don't know, Bob. Just depends how long the conversation keeps going. If you do want to hop in on this, I'll get Danny to send you the link if you do, my man.
I'm good for now if everyone else is.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
It's therapy for me right now, mate. Trust me.
Alex,
honestly.
you can decide. I'm going to give you you and Danny can I'm going to give you the deciding vote on frenemies this week. So Marcelo put 2 managers forward. He put Bielsa and Pochettino. I put Conte and Rodgers. So we'll give Alex the first vote and then give Danny the second vote. But what manager choice would you take out of them for, Alex?
Or do I have to make my own choice, by the way? Do I have to make my own choice? Or
We already gave you a chance to put manager's name forward. You said you couldn't.
Okay, yeah, I put Pochettino. If in fantasy land, let's just say. I'll just say Rodgers, just to say whatever. No, Hansi Flick. No, that's not even. I don't even know what he's like. You see, I don't know. I've got no idea. I
was like that last week, Alex. I was like that last week. I hadn't a clue. Danny, who would you pick?
I'll just say Nagelsmann. I'll just say Nagelsmann, even though he's got a Bayern Munich. I'll just say Nagelsmann. I just don't give a monkeys, to be honest.
So, am I picking based on realistic or based on who I actually would want? Like
no,
in
you're
an
deciding
imaginary
frenemies.
world.
You're deciding frenemies out of the 4 choices me and Marcelo put forward.
So am I deciding it based on like who we would actually want, or am I deciding it based on?
It's very simple. It's very simple, Danny. Me and Marcelo put 4 names forward. You have to pick one out of it. Alex has already said he's gone Rodgers, right? So Danny, you pick Pochettino, Bielsa, Conte, or Rodgers, and then once you decide frenemies, then you can put forward a name who you would like to come in.
I'd probably go for. I'd probably say Pochettino.
Frenemy stays as a draw, so happy days. Still goes on another week with no winner. But Danny, put a name forward. What manager realistically would you like to come in?
Realistically, probably Bielsa. I think. I don't think Rodgers is realistic. I mean, he's just won an FA Cup, going to get Champions League football. He's really going to come work with this twat Daniel Levy. I don't think so. I don't even think Bielsa's morals are going to kind of go in sort of sync with what Levy wants to do. I don't even know. I'm on. I agree with Alex. I don't even know. Honestly,
Danny, I only just said Rodgers' name just to say just a name because I've got not a clue. I've got not a clue, mate. I'm really honestly.
Do you know what? I actually would like Mr. Bean. Like, just he'd give us jokes, mate. Just
that's the thing, bro.
He'd be like, that's what he would do. Just put him there, mate.
Honestly, I'm so depressed for next season. Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know.
Do you want Europe next year, lads, or would you rather take a year out and just get everything sorted out and go back at it? We'll start with Danny. We'll go to Marcelo and then go to Alex. Do you want Europe next season? Like, do you even want Europa League or Europa Conference League, or would you just rather start everything from scratch next season and just not have Europe?
I always want Europe, Dave. I mean, I don't care. We need to be in Europe because it's the only way you're going to attract some kind of players, and not just that, right? For me, if you're going to be in Europe, right, you can at least use it for a competition where, if you don't want to take it seriously, which I think we should, you can use the youngsters, bed them in. Look at. I always use this as a prime example. Harry Kane came through at Tottenham through the Europa League. That's where he started getting chosen for like to go ahead of like Soldado in the Europa League games, and he started banging in goals. And then when he was given the chance, he never looked back in the Premier League. And because it's still a competitive level, right? So I would love to see us in Europa League. And if they're not going to take it seriously, play the Lavinias, play the Shirkins, play the Harvey Whites, play Skip, play Sessegnon, and then mix it with a few of the first team players as well. So you've got a bit of energy there. You've got players who actually want to try and prove something. And then at least you're giving these players some game time that could be so valuable for their development. That's how I see it. Of course I want Europe, man. Even, do you know what? Even if it's the fucking Conference League, if it was a Conference League, that'd be even more of a right to give the youngsters a chance. I'd put our fucking youngster, our under 23 team in the fucking Conference League and just give them some experience.
Yeah, 100%. And Jose Marino's in the chat, lads. He says, Enoch, always do a half job. We get to a good place, but never any further. 100%, 100%. I fully agree with you. 201 people still watching. Make sure you do. Everyone's absolutely hooked on this. For some reason, make sure you do smash a like on the stream and subscribe on the channel, and keep getting those super chats in, guys. Get those super chats in. Let us know who you want as next manager, and keep getting those comments in the chat. You, the Harris Army, you're all legends, and I love every single one of you. Well, Marcelo, would you want Europe next season, or would you rather just start all over again next season?
No, we need Europa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to be at least in Europa. You know, like we can't be like Arsenal. You know, like Arsenal are clowns. You know, they have no attraction. If we have Europa, we have at least some attraction.
Exactly.
You know, believe it or not. So we need Europa, and now we need it. And with that, guys, I gotta go. I just want to hear the rant a little bit. Alex, it's always been real, man. But
Marcelo, it's all fun and games.
Yeah,
it's all fun and games.
Until someone gets hurt, lads.
But I tell you what, I understand your frustration. I'm frustrated as well, mate. Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly,
We're just 2 passionate fans with different views. That's all it is.
Yeah, no, bro, it's frustrating, mate. Honestly, the Leicester win just got to me.
Come on, you Spurs. Keep believing. Our day will come. I'm
Yeah,
with
it will.
David. Our day
It will.
will come. It will.
It has to,
Come
Marcelo.
on, you
It's the
Spurs.
hope that
Big up,
kills us,
Marcelo.
man.
Yeah.
It is the hope that
Come on,
kills
you
us.
Spurs.
Big up,
Marcelo.
Big up, Marcelo. Bob, how are you, man?
How you doing, mate?
You've been sitting back
Yeah.
listening. What
Yeah,
do you
mate.
make of everything? Have
Yeah,
you said?
Brilliant, mate. And honestly, I love it. I love it when Alex is on. I love it when you rip him and he rips you back, and Danny's sitting back enjoying it all, taking it all in. Absolutely love it. And first of all, Alex, no need to apologise, buddy. Honestly, one thing I'm big on is opinions. Yesterday, I got to be honest with you, and I listened to David earlier as well. Yesterday, it was just a raw emotion, mate. You know, when I came back, it was just the raw emotion of what I saw at the protest and how I felt. And maybe I said a couple of things. You know, David's right. Everyone who did make it yesterday, big on them, good on them. You know, the fact they had the love within them, irrelevant how they acted when they got there. You know, some of the things that I definitely didn't agree with, i.e., calling Daniel Levy to die.
Yeah.
It is totally out of order.
Yeah.
And that just personally hit me. The people, and you're right. Who am I to tell people to come down, ignore the threats
That's not you. I wasn't having a go at you, by the way. I wasn't having a go at you.
But I have, and I'm going to front up. You know, I have. There was a frustration in me about people not turning up. The thing, what really bugged me yesterday, mate, was it wasn't like it was organised in one day. Daniel will know. We've been going on. Dave will know. We'll be going on for about 3 weeks. And for 3 weeks, there are people within. I'll say it. There's people within the Spurs family. There's people who have come on comments and said, "Yeah, we're there. We'll definitely be there." If you're not going to turn up, that's fine, but don't big yourself up as being a member or there's going to be the founder member of the protest on the 15th.
Yeah,
and then not turn up. That's what really bugged me, you know, and that says a lot to me about A, what kind of person you are, and B, what your love is for Tottenham. And that was my biggest issue. People didn't want to turn up, of course, that's absolutely fine. But don't sit there for 3 weeks, say, yep, and then talk the talk, but not walk the walk. And that really bugged me. And yes, they built with the emotional side that was integrated in me as well, and built up with me. It just came out left, right, and centre, and maybe some things didn't come across. Bob,
it's nothing to do with you.
No, Alex. What Alex is saying, Bob, because he said this to me off air. It's people that are putting in the comments and calling out prominent people on YouTube. Spurs fans. That's what he's talking about. Because to be honest with you, I'm not taking back my words from yesterday. I am disappointed with people that were saying they were going to go and didn't turn up. I am disappointed in that. Don't call for a movement and don't want the movement if you're not going to be there. It's different for people. I'm not having to go at worldwide fan base. It's different for them. No. You can't expect them to pay 300 quid for a flight, another 300 quid on COVID test to get there and back. But people that have been saying they were going, and they've wanted it, and you know everything else, and then not turn up. I'm not taking my words back on them, because that's just for me. You're part of the problem. That's a part of the problem. This is a part of the problem at this club. And just quickly. Sorry, go on.
Sorry. No. You got super chat, mate. Get that done first. It's all right.
No. Finish what you're saying, because the super chat. Okay. So Kieran McDonald, big up Kieran McDonald. He says, "I say bring Harry Redknapp back. Can't be worse." I would have brought him back maybe in terms of till the end of the season. You know, just massage a few egos and that. But I wouldn't be bringing him anywhere in now. It's too late, Kieran. But big up for the super chat, and I get the sentiment, my man. You're an absolute legend, and every little penny helps this channel keep growing. So big yourself up. Everyone else keep getting them in. But sorry, Bob.
No. Just to finish on it, because I don't want to carry on. But what really got to me as well, Alex, was, you know, for 3 weeks, coming on. Then hearing excuses like, "Oh no, it's the FA Cup final." Again, the FA Cup final was arranged. It wasn't arranged that day.
Not even in it.
It's raining. Just excuses after excuse, mate. And if you bleed Tottenham like I do, Dave does, you do, Danny does, Marcelo does, then you know you make an effort to get there. You know, work got in the way. Work, mate. You've had 3 weeks of sorting out fucking work to get there, even if it's for half an hour. Tommy turned up for 15, 20 minutes. You know, within the protest. I know he stayed a bit longer, Holly got there. She travelled 2 hours. She got there when it was all ending, but at least she got there. So that's all it was. So I agree, Cypriot Bob.
Sorry, Alex. I just want to say something there quickly, and I will let you in. First of all, before I do have a quick say, and then we will let Alex in. Abdia Kakaratas, she wants to know: are you Greek Cypriot, Bob Spur? I know the answer, but you can answer it, Bob.
No, I am British, Asian, Indian. So yeah.
No, there you are.
That's it.
There you are.
Plain and simple.
There you are, Aglaya. What was I going to say? Yeah, do you know what? To be honest with you, right? There's people that I know living in around Tottenham didn't go. Okay, that's their choice.
Yeah.
The people I feel sorry for is the likes of Bob Spur. Right? 3.5 hours travel down, 3.5 hours travel home. That's 7 hours. Holly's come from Southampton, and I know that's a long distance as well on the train. You know what I mean? So it's people like them that I feel sorry for, that have genuinely put in the effort, and you have people there that are saying they're going and going and going. Like Bob said, it 3 weeks to, organise a day off work and organise things, to even just pop down for half an hour, and they couldn't be asked. But then you have these guys travelling 5 hours, 7 hours to be there. It's a kick in the teeth if you're these guys. It really is, because they've gone there to really show their passion and their love for the club. They want change so we can start lifting trophies. And they were just let down in every corner they turned yesterday. Every corner they turned, they were just let down.
Yeah, the travelling never bothered you, Dave. The travelling never bothered me. I'd drive the 13 miles to go down to a protest. What really bothered me, what really disappointed me, was what was going on, and the and the turnout. That really disappointed me more than anything, and it hurt me more than anything. So, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I know, mate. I mean, first when I met you straight away, you looked gutted. You look. To me, you felt gutted because you needed to go early, but you were gutted because you wasn't too bothered about going early. If you know what I mean. You were like, I'm going, but there's nothing here for me to. I can't justify staying here any longer. And I think that hurt you more than actually going.
It looks like Steve Hitchens trying to hurt you even more here, Bob. He's in the chat. He says, "I'll give you a packet of crisp and a 12-pack of Diet Coke to big up our board." Look, to be honest with you, I'm a bit peckish, so I'll take the can of Diet Coke and a 12-pack.
The peanuts as well.
To be honest with you, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't stand my soul, Steve. To be honest with you, I am leaving you out. I mean it out. I'm just at the stage where I want to see trophies. You could offer me €1 million and I'd still turn it down, to be honest with you. But big up for trying, Steve. I really do appreciate it. But you're another part of the problem. Get out my club. But lads, sorry, Alex wanted to say something. Sorry.
No, it's nothing against you, Bob, man.
No, mate. I know, buddy. I know.
Because you're, at the end of the day, you've got a good heart, and like from what I see there, you did your best, all you could. I mean, all I'm glad is that it didn't get. I'm going to be very careful what I say here, but it didn't get what it was like at Manchester United. I didn't agree with that at all.
I know what you're saying.
I did not agree with that at all.
I know what you're saying.
And I just think that people keep on forgetting what where we're at the moment. Why are we not going to stadiums at the moment? I mean, for goodness sake, you have to go to the stadium, you've got to get tested 2 times. That's what Chris Cowan just said to me. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
you have to have a test. So, I mean, having loads of people around you is not really the best thing at the moment, isn't it? Really, but I mean, like I said, I have absolute respect for you, and like I said, I just think that people, if they promise people saying that they're going to go, you should really honour your word. Really.
Yeah, exactly, and that was our biggest qualm. Yeah, that was my biggest qualm. It's not like COVID's come around the corner, mate, or the FA Cup was put on that morning. They've had 3 weeks to either say yay or nay, and if it was a no, then fair enough. There's many guys who couldn't turn up and didn't turn up, but that's absolutely fine. But don't big yourself up to be something that you're quite clearly not. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Just quickly, lads. I do want to take this comment because I was just actually about to Aglia read my mind. 2 great minds think alike. I was just about to ask about this next. Yeah. I officially dislike Gary Neville. Give a man a match to Conor Cody. Yes, he did play very well, but Højbjerg was mine and many neutrals man of the match, which is 100%. So you can do one, Gary Neville, 100%. Lads, I was actually astounded And when I heard it, I couldn't believe what I was hearing because let's be real. If Bruno Fernandes was playing for United and he got a goal and assist, he would get man of the match. They wouldn't give it to Ben Mee if they were playing Burnley for 13 clearances, would they? It's clearly to try and big him up and get him in the England squad. The bias was there. But I would like to hear what everybody has, all of you have to say about it. So we will start with Danny and work our way around the panel. And guys, keep smashing that like button, keep smashing that subscribe button. There are new people there that I haven't seen in the chat before. So you've been tuned in, you've been hooked. So I hope you have subscribed. And also, keep getting those super chats in, guys. But Danny, Cody man in the match, do you think Højbjerg was robbed?
Yeah, of course he was robbed. It's the same bullshit that we have from these Sky Sports and their sort of agenda against Spurs. They have an agenda against Spurs. They want to always put us down when someone's done well or something good's come from the club. They always want to put us down every single chance they get. No matter, and then when we're doing bad, they put us down even more. So it's just like I don't expect anything less than Sky Sports, to be honest. I mean, if I'm honest, it's always the case. Always the case. How many times do you hear Graham Souness or Gary Neville, the way they speak about Spurs, even if we've done good, even if we've done bad? Yeah.
Big up, Sue. Big up, Sue.
What Sue's saying, exactly that.
Yeah.
I couldn't say it better myself.
Yeah, he just needs. To be honest with you, he just needs a good drop kick to sort that mop out, freshen it up a little bit.
DDT to his DDT, that's it.
People's elbow, drop a people's elbow on him. Dropping people's elbow on him.
I think I want to see Alex choke slam him. Alex, do you want to choke slam Gary Neville?
Alex, what do you think of? First of all, Gary Neville's barring it, but second of all, what do you think of him giving the man a match to Conor Cody?
I've got to be honest, I'm not that bothered.
Huh?
Because I think we're just clutching at straws. I mean, honestly, is it really that much of a big deal for us at the moment? If we look at the bigger picture, but
you're not fed up with the Sky Sports bias.
I actually like Gary Neville because I think Gary Neville's actually very, very honest.
No, I like Gary Neville, but today he pissed me off.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's just the end of the season now, and I just think it's just like whatever. To be honest with you, I think there's a bigger picture out there, and I just think at the moment, I'm so concerned. I just at the moment, I don't really care right now about the matches at the moment. I actually give it to you, Bob Spurs. You said the same thing I've been saying for the last since Jose got sacked.
But it's wrong, Alex. You have to care about the games.
Mm-hmm. I don't care.
And there's no, and Alex, I'm not being funny, right? Just hear me out here, right? There's no point in saying you don't care about the games when Jose got sacked, when you were one of the biggest Jose outs.
Bob, I wasn't Jose out, Bob. I
didn't say out. Every single week.
I did not, Bob. I said, right? I said, okay, if Jose goes, you need to have a replacement for him, right? I couldn't see any replacement for him. Okay, so I mean, it's not that I said get rid of him and don't have a replacement for him. That's common sense. You need a replacement for him, But this board, Daniel Levy thinks it's a great idea. Sack him before the cup final.
Yeah,
not having to go at Mason because Mason's doing his best, and I don't listen to people that he listens to Levy because I think that's very unfair for a guy that's 29 years old, and put in a bad situation, But like honestly, it's a joke, and I'm so annoyed because we're actually worse off without Jose. Work that one out.
Just what I'd say to that though is right. You can't be sitting there all along saying Jose out, and then give out because they do it before a cup final. You've got what you wanted. You know what I mean?
No, I never said that though. No, that's unfair. That's unfair because I said I don't mind him staying to the end of the season. If I don't like him, get rid of him. But you need a replacement for him. Okay, I said that. Okay, I didn't like him. No, I'm not going to stand. I'm going to. You're right. I didn't like him. Right, I couldn't stand it. I didn't even want him in the bloody first place, mate. He should never have come in the first place because Pochettino should have been in charge. They went for the quick idea rather than trying to. It was a stupid idea in the first place. I called it from November time. So
yeah, but I also told you this was going to happen back on when I was on that panel. The evidence is there. I thought every single one of this was going to happen, and now you're all sitting there crying about the situation.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, right? But I did say right, that I couldn't see who was going to replace him. That was the thing that I was saying, because Pochettino wasn't coming back. They kept on saying about Nagelsmann. I wasn't sure, to be honest with you. The only reason why I said go for Nagelsmann, because they were banging on about it so many times. I was just saying, if you're so much wanting Nagelsmann, right, just pay the bloody money for him. Pay the 20 million for him then. You know what I mean? Just pay it. But we didn't do it. So we're in a bad situation at the moment.
I also told you Nagelsmann was never coming to Tottenham.
Well, Bob, I didn't listen to it either, because I was sitting there thinking, really, do you think he's going to come? And then Rodgers was on the list as well. And to be honest with you,
he's not coming out to win the cup final.
I don't fancy Rodgers anyway. I don't fancy Rodgers. I don't think Rodgers anyway, because I was sitting there thinking, oh, with this structure we've got at the moment, does it really work? No, it doesn't. You know?
Yeah.
It's a joke.
I know.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mason gets the job. That's how bad it is at the moment. I think he's going to get the job.
The thing is, first of all, Sky Sports Man of the Match. If you see any of my streams where I do player ratings and stuff, I've never, ever mentioned Man of the Match. Never, because it just doesn't bother me, like Alex says. Having said that, I was surprised Harry Kane didn't get it today. Purely and simply, Sky Sports' agenda for getting Harry Kane. It would have been the comments would have been Harry Kane wins Man of the Match, and when you think about it, it's been done in such a poor team. He's done it in such a, and obviously he deserves a better team and blah blah blah. So I'm surprised that Harry Kane didn't get it purely because of the Sky Sports.
That's a good point.
Evident agenda to get Harry Kane out of Tottenham, in my opinion.
Yeah.
With regards to Jose, I'm not going to bullshit around. David knows, Danny knows. I've wanted him out, and there's videos out there in October. I was on We Are Tottenham TV saying I don't want Jose anymore. I think he should go. And for me, it just got worse and worse with the lack of identity, with the toxicity, with the lack of performance, with us not turning up at a big game. But I always, every single time I said that, it's only a part of the problem. The board are a big problem, and the players we've got are a big problem. But Jose wasn't helping. So when he got sacked, and I always did say, give him till the end of the season, but get rid of him, unless the board changed their ways. There's no point bringing a Jose in and not spending any cash. And hence the reason why now I'm saying Mason in till the board know what they're doing. What the fuck is the point of bringing in a Nagelsmann or a Potter if the board themselves don't have an identity? There's absolutely no reason to bring any sort of manager in right now, because, say, for example, you bring Allegri in. The first thing he's going to want is spend some money. We don't know. Is the board going to spend any money? We have no idea what their identity is. Are they going to bring a manager in who's going to work with youth, or they're going to bring a manager in who's just going to work with average players, or going to bring a manager in and splash the cash? Till they've established that, and I, as a loyal fan of this football club, know which way the board are going. I don't give a shit which manager we get associated with. Till then, like you say, and Dave, you nodded. Keep Mason in. Get your act together. Identify which way you're going forward, because there's no point in bringing another Jose in and not spending any fucking cash again.
True.
Knowing full well Jose's success is all built on being bankrolled at every single club he's been to. No bring Jose in, not spending cash. So get your fucking act in place, get an identity in place, get a plan of action in place, and then bring a manager in. Till then, Mason in.
Just quickly, Aaron Dove says, lads, come on. You all said you get behind any THFC manager. None of you are getting behind Ryan. Give him a break. He's only a kid. Just on that, he's not a manager. That's why I'm not behind him. He's an under-18 coach. That's what he is. He's not a manager. Why would I get behind him? And to be honest with you, Aaron, I can't get behind something that I know is going to bring the club backwards. If it was a manager, a proper manager who has experience at managing a first team, 100% I get behind him. But he's not a manager, Aaron. And this is my problem with him.
He said himself he's going after two more games. He said that. He got him going after 2 games.
Yeah.
And also as well, I think it's a bit unfair because we do support Mason. It's not that we don't support Mason. It's just that it's just the fact that it's a
disagree with everything he does.
Honestly, no. I just think it's he's just making mistakes at the end of the day. But what do you expect? what do you expect from a man that's a 29-year-old that's not got experience? Ain't you?
I think Mason. I think Mason in charge. Oh yeah, yeah. Is a. I think everything. Mate, Mason being appointed just shows more of what Enoch's about and Levy's about than Mason, unfortunately.
Exactly, you summed it up there perfectly, mate. Honestly,
it kind of reflects what our board's about than the actual Mason. You know, like I say, till the board sort themselves out, it's Mason in for me. As much as I don't want it, there's no point of bringing anyone else in, mate.
Yeah,
big up
Jordan
Jordan.
says here,
big up Jordan.
Ryan's young. He's not a kid. His mum isn't on the sideline wiping his arse if he makes mistakes, which he has. Why can't we criticise him for it?
Too right.
I know Danny's wanted to come in there.
No, I agree. I just love that comment from Jordan. I think it's brilliant. He's not a little kid. I don't care whether he hasn't had manager experience. He's an adult. He's got a child himself, and he's got a missus. So he's not a kid. He's not a kid. I don't care. He should be responsible for the actions unless Levy is pulling his strings. Simple as that.
I understand where you're coming from, Danny, but at the end of the day, like the situation is that Tottenham have put themselves in a mess at the moment.
Yeah, of course they have.
Okay?
Yeah, no one's denying that.
And at the end of the day, I didn't have any expectations when he became interim manager.
Sorry, Aaron, I'm not supporting him. I can't. I'm sorry.
You know, and
no. You can't support someone, Alex. I know what you're saying, mate, and we need to get behind. But you know, when there's stupid decision, well, in my opinion, silly decisions like constantly playing Dyer and not playing Roden and bringing Winks in the final and stuff like that, it's beyond me. It's not like it's not been within the vicinity of the club or seen the club's performances. And I know what your thoughts are on Winks, but let's be honest, other midfielders have performed better than him this season. So it's when he makes decisions like that, I find it very hard to justify his thinking. I can't. When a manager makes a decision, I like to sit back and think. Right, the reason he's done that, mate, is because this. Yeah, I can understand it from his point of view. There's certain things that he's done that I cannot justify or see from his point of view, and rightly so. He gets questioned about that.
And this is another thing I actually do want to clear up quickly is like. People are under this illusion that we can't criticize Ryan Mason because he's one of our own. First of all, we sold him because he wasn't good enough to be here. As harsh as it is to hear, it's the truth. We sold him because he wasn't good enough to be here. You know, I get it. Okay, what happened to him? Yes, Tottenham, fair play for stepping up and giving him an alternative career. Kudos. You know, brilliant. But he's in charge. Why can't you criticize him for what he does? He's your manager. You treat him like any other manager, like you would in charge. And the reason why Levy put him in charge is so that fans would be hesitant to criticise him because he was one of their own. And that's just letting Levy win. For me, if no matter who's in the dugout, if they're making decisions, you criticise them on it. Whether it's from Pochettino and Mourinho down to Ryan Mason or if you put Chris Powell in there, it doesn't matter. You criticise them if they're making mistakes. And this is the thing. I actually had someone saying to me yesterday, I don't love Tottenham because I criticise the players and I criticise the club and everything else. In fact, I actually think that makes me love Tottenham more because I'm not afraid to sit down and follow the issues. I want change.
You like the club because you're just passionate about the club, so that doesn't make sense at all. You can criticize it. You do make a very good point though, David. I've got to give it to you about Mason. He wasn't good enough, no, and that's why we sold him to Hull. So that was a fact, yes.
It'd make me a hypocrite if I spent months on ends constantly criticising Jose and his methods and his way of dealing with certain things and me not criticise Mason. I'd just be a hypocrite. No. And I've always said this to Dave and everyone. If I see the players fucking up, I'll call them out. I've constantly called the board out because if I see the manager cocking up, I'll call them out. But it's just my opinion. I did that constantly with Jose, and every time Mason's done it, I've done it as well. Otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite.
Yeah. But it's just
not a personal agenda.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. It's not personal, but like as well. If he's going to look, obviously he took the role. Obviously, you're going to take the role. Of course, why wouldn't you? Right? If it was offered to me and I was in his position, I'd take it. But I'm not going to be naive enough to know that I'm not going to step into the role and not get criticism for my decisions. At the end of the day, if he doesn't want to be his own man and he wants to, because for me, I don't care what anyone says. I do think Daniel Levy has a clear impact on team selection. I think Harry Winks playing the final. But it's no surprise that City were actually interested in him last summer. All of a sudden, he's plucked out. He starts a Carabao Cup final. And, he was the most anonymous player on the pitch. Anyone sitting there in the crowd would
Great
have
way
found
to showcase a player.
Sorry?
I was saying, great way to showcase a player, Daniel Levy. Yeah, show him up even more. Make him look even more shit.
Yeah, no, 100%. Danny, what do you think on the whole situation, man? You've been very quiet there.
I'm just enjoying listening, but in terms of what? In terms of
anything? What do you want to talk about?
Billy Bennett.
Yeah, I just honestly I don't know where we go from here, man. I just it's like this year has just drained my soul of just Tottenham because of the way the board are running this club. It's so disheartening, man. It's actually sickening. It's just we've got no vision. We don't know what's like Alex has said, like Bobby said, we don't know where we're going. No one knows what's going on. They haven't come out, communicated. Their communicational skills is just beyond pathetic. It's a joke. It's a disgrace. I mean, they couldn't even say sorry properly, to all the shit that was going on. I mean, it's oh mate, I don't even know. Like, that's why I'm kind of I since Bobby said that about Ryan Mason, I've you know me, Bobby, I've said it. I've kind of been on the fence with it. With if they don't have a vision, why bring in a manager? What is the point? Honestly, why would you bring in Potter? Why would you? I don't want any of these managers. Why would you bring them in? Because what are they going to achieve? They're going to achieve fuck all. And they're going to get sacked 18 months down the line, and we're going to be sitting here in the same position, questioning the board, questioning all this shit, and it's just going to make the fan base even more toxic to the club, and we don't want that. And it's just like they need to have a vision, and they need to know, like, now before the season finishes, what they're going to do, because when push comes to shove, they need to choose a manager, and it's going to be the most biggest decision they've ever had in their 20 years of owning the club, because I just don't know what they want to do, man. I've got no idea. But
Danny, they should have done this already. Danny,
you're right. You're right. You're right.
You know
they
should
do this. You're right. You're right.
No due diligence already on the manager. That's a top club. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea got Tuchel straight away. Look at Leicester. When they got rid of Puyol, they got bloody Rodgers in straight away. That's a top club. That's what I'm pissed off about.
Just quickly, lads.
Oh yeah, Matt.
Just quickly,
big up, Matt. Nice to see you yesterday, mate. Nice to see you.
Yeah. I want to get Matthew Collins super chatting. Matthew, actually, I want to ask you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been, my man? Where have you been? I haven't seen you in the comments.
Been down at the protest.
He was at the protest.
Matthew Collins, he says, "Hi, David, Bob, and Danny. How are you all? I'm good, man. I hope you're keeping well. It's been a frustrating season. It was awesome meeting you, Bob and Danny. You're absolute legends."
No, you're a legend, mate. You're a legend.
You are, man. You are.
Yeah. Big up, Matthew. And look, I hope to see you in here a lot more, Matthew. I've missed you in the streams, man. Danny did text me yesterday to give you a shout out on my stream yesterday, which I did at the start. So big yourself up, Matthew, and everybody else. Follow Matthew Sue and keep getting the super chats in if you're enjoying this stream. But sorry, lads. Where were we?
No, all I was going to say, you're right, Alex. Tuchel came in. The thing is, the club, right? No matter what Man United fans think of the Glazers, they know with the signings of the likes of Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, Lukaku, they know what the identity is. They know what they want to go for. Chelsea, no matter who comes in, mate, they're always backed. Even the likes of Liverpool. Klopp goes in. He knows with the signings of Alisson and Van Dijk, the board don't have to sit there and say to Klopp, "Here's two players. With these players we want." No, they don't have to say that. Because Klopp knows with the signing of these magnitude what the agenda and what the vision is. We don't have that at Spurs. We can't bring a manager in like that and expect him to achieve that, because there's so much between that and that. There's so much to make up.
Do you know what as well? What we're doing, right? We're trying to follow the Chelsea model of sacking a manager when they do bad. But the problem is we don't back the managers to do that. To have the actual model. Chelsea, right? Like you just said, they back their managers. Whoever comes in every transfer window, they back their manager. They get who they want, and they just and they win something. They do shit the next season, then they sack them. Right? For example, right? With Tottenham, Levy seems to, before Pochettino, he seems to do that all the time. But the problem with him is he doesn't back the managers. So how can someone build a team if you don't back the managers properly, right? How can they do that? And the way Levy wants, you hear it that he wants a Pochettino-like manager. Well, you fucking had Pochettino. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you got rid of the best thing that's happened to Spurs in the Premier League era, and you want someone like him. I mean, you want to build a legacy, and you've just done the worst thing you could possibly do. It's pathetic, man. I'm just sick of the decision they keep making.
I said this after we got sacked Pochettino. I said,
Alex,
if it doesn't work out with Mourinho, it doesn't work with Mourinho, we're going to go back to a manager like Pochettino. Oh, what happens after 2 years? Oh, we get somebody like Pochettino. It's a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Absolute joke.
Alex, I've been saying this for 10 years. I've been saying this for 10 years, man. Like,
and it's no excuse because look at Leicester with their recruitment. Yeah, you telling me that some of those players that anybody knew about them already? That's good recruitment, man.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? It's a bloody joke. I'm sorry. It hurts. I don't care about Arsenal. I don't care. I don't want to just be a club over Arsenal. I want to win the bloody league, man. Yes, whatever you say about the players, whatever. But I do want to win the league one day in the life. You know what I mean? That was the best day of my life, seeing the Champions League final.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never thought I was going to see that in my lifetime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is a joke.
Just Brian C here with the comments. He says, yes, Bob and Danny, a new identity and vision need to be defined for all future management and football decisions. Yeah, big up Brian C. Great comment, my man.
Without that, Dave. Without that day, we just. I mean, there was one day 2 weeks ago or last week we were associated with 5 managers in one day. What a disgrace! What a piss poor! Oh. And the managers we were associated with was an old timer, someone who plays defensive football, someone who plays attacking football, someone who likes to bring you through, someone who used. There was nothing that was attaching all of them together with regards to one vision, one way of playing. Yeah. It was who's free. Who's
you know
free.
what, Bob? Right? I've got a conspiracy about this. I've got a conspiracy about this, right? Go on, Dave.
Yeah, just take Matthew Collins' comment here. He says the chance were offered towards Levy. 100%, man. I couldn't agree.
I agree. Yeah,
whatever your problem is with Levy, you never wish anybody to die. I'm a firm believer of that in life. Never, ever. Life is so precious. So it was wrong. He says, David, I will be back watching your amazing channel. I agree with you, Bob and Danny. Matthew, you should be here anyway. Where did you go, man? I'm relying on you to be a key part of the Harris Army, man. I'm relying on you. And then just
from what I remember, Matt. From what I remember, Matt, yesterday, and I think it was after you went, Dad, when they started chatting those horrible chants, Matt actually moved away from the large gathering. He actually moved away, moved himself away. So good on you, mate. Good on you.
Yeah. Just quickly, lads. There. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? Because if not, I think we'll end the stream there. It's been going 2 hours and 20 minutes now. I did say to the boys at the very start we're only going to do an hour.
Yeah. Alex, I just want your thoughts, and I don't know if you've already discussed it. Everyone's thoughts, really, but more you, because I can see with you, you've got your backup and you've got your reasoning behind the protests and not attending. Big up on you, mate. At least you can justify. At least you've got the you can justify your reasons. But are you a bit disappointed that the fact we had a few hundred yesterday and only 50 today? The fact the numbers went down so drastically. I understand.
I can see your point.
People didn't want to turn up because of X, Y, Z reasons. Absolutely. But the fact that they turned up for one day.
I can see your point.
The numbers,
I can see your point because I think if you're passionate about it, I think you've got to still be safe. Because
of course.
We have to not forget that. You know, I mean, I've got to keep to that principle because that's the way I am.
Good on you. Good on you. Good on you.
But yeah, I can see your point because if you're seeing what Arsenal did and Manchester, well, I don't really agree with what happened that Manchester United won. Maybe Chelsea's won. Maybe Chelsea's won.
Yeah.
But yeah, just for me, yeah, I think if you said that you wanted to go, you should just go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, don't just say it. You know, like I said, I don't do Twitter because I like to show my face. You know what I mean? I don't need to show. I don't need to go on Twitter and say 20 whatever characters. I can just go on YouTube and go on David Harris's channel and and just say my opinion on there, or go on the Football Terrace or Chris Cowden's channel. You know,
good for you.
Up to him, man. So but I totally agree with you. And like I said, big up to Holly, by the way. I think she's doing some good stuff as well. You know what I mean? And but big up to you, Bob. And like I said, I can see what you're saying. And Stelios as well, because I love to see him on the stream because I like Stelios.
Yeah,
I do like Stelios. He's a real guy.
100%.
A real guy. So yeah.
Jack Norfield, he wants to know what the Danny conspiracy theory was.
Sorry, Dan. Sorry.
No,
Dan.
I just got this conspiracy, right? Like how you see how we always get linked with all these players, and then you see we going for these bids, and I always got this theory that it's like I think Brian Daigle's the same, where it's all for show, right? It's all for show. It's all to make it look like we're trying to be active, trying to do something, look, guys, we put a bid in for Diabala, but guess what? We're not getting him, right? Like it's like Levy saying to like everyone else, like just it's like to appease the fans, right? I actually have my conspiracy. It's just my opinion, right? Is that all these names that get thrown out? I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a PR thing, right? So that all these bookies and all these media outlets, right? They all say, right, who are you going to bet for? It's going to be Gasparini. It's going to be this guy, and then they make so much money on people betting on this, right? And then a little bit of that money is like ego Tottenham, ego Levy. And then if you make a deal with us, we'll give you a few names who could be our manager, and then they start making millions of pounds on whatever, and all these manager names that go flying about. And how many managers have we actually been linked with, right? We've been linked with so many managers. Why is that? Honestly, why is that?
Because they ain't got a clue.
Yeah, of course. Everyone gets invited to the play,
It's not just that, though. I think it's a PR stunt as well. I honestly think my conspiracy theory that is it. I think there's something behind it. Daniel Levy is a smart man, right? When it comes to making money. I can
tell you this for a fact. Ten Hag was not interested. They weren't interested in Ten Hag. That was a PR stunt.
Money. It's all about money.
Because let's be honest here, yeah. If Ten Hag was if we were interested in Ten Hag, he'd be Tottenham manager at the end of the season.
Too right.
I bet you right now. You know what I mean?
With the right backing.
Just what Danny was saying. It's glaringly obvious. It's in your face. Like about the bookies in football, they've been connected for years.
Yeah,
of course, they have the agreement. They put money in. They want money out. So of course they have an agreement. Yep. That let us ban around names and you put around names. Of course, there's all that.
We'll give you some money on it once we make some money.
Here's a challenge. I bet you we can name 10 managers we've been associated with. Should we go for it? I bet you we can name 10 minutes. Right. So
20 maybe.
So Trapattoni. He was there. Yeah. Southgate, Ten Hag, Nagelsmann, Mason, Parker, Potter, Nuno,
Christian Galtier, or whatever.
Pochettino, Galtier. That's 10 there. Just 10 there within what, seconds?
Yep.
Yeah. 100%.
But you're right, Danny. We'll probably name about 20.
It just backs up Danny's point. And just quickly,
that's such a joke about it as well, yeah? Right? We don't back the managers. We miss out on players, but we end up sacking the manager and pay the money off for them. We pay even more money for it. Yeah. So it's just even more of a joke. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just honestly,
I feel your pain, Alex. I feel your pain, man.
It's getting me mad. Honestly,
look. First of all, Matthew Collins with the super chat. What a legend! He says, David, I'm hoping to one day meet you in person. Matthew, look, I'll make a promise to you now. The next time I get over. If contact me on Twitter at the Irish Y, but I'll make a promise to you now, man. Next time I get over, I will definitely hit you up and we'll go for a pint, my man. And I'll sit down and I'll have a good chat with you about whatever you want. Because I'm dying to meet my followers too. I'm dying to meet my fans.
David, you're a decent guy, Bob, man. That made my day, man. When I saw you that day on Saturday with you, Chris Cowling, and Matty Hayes, man. That was such a good day, man.
I was so happy to see you too, man. It was like my long lost brother.
That made my day, man. Honestly, Bob, man. Honestly, man.
But no, look, Matthew, I do promise because I would love to beat the Harris Army. You know what I mean? If I'm ever going anywhere and any is like you are living in that country, whatever, just hit me up. I have time for everybody. Everybody knows that. Anyone that messages me on the social media, I'll always do my best to get back to everyone and give everybody the time of day. Meeting my fans outside the Tottenham Stadium, outside Wembley, it was absolutely insane. It's not something I'll ever get used to, but it was a nice feeling. And I want to meet every single one of you along the way because you're the ones that are making my journey possible. So big yourself up, Matthew. I really do appreciate it, my man.
I need to wear my glasses.
I hope you treated her. Yeah. Sorry, Danny. Bobby.
I need to wear my glasses, mate. Because can you bring up Matthew's comment again? Because I read that when I first read it was David. I'm hoping to one day meet you in prison. So I need to, I need to get my glasses out.
No, look, I'll never go to prison, lad, ever. I'm too cute for that. I'd never do that. Put me in prison. You know what I mean? The only thing that might catch me on is nothing. Actually, it's nothing. It's nothing. Yeah, so I'm too smart for that. But big up, Matthew. What a legend! And if you were in prison, kudos for getting in the super chat, and getting a phone and everything else, Matthew. Matthew's own version of Prison Break. What a legend!
Yeah. Legend, man.
Alex, are you a season ticket holder?
No, unfortunately, but I do. I do get my odd tickets sometimes, and honestly, it was the best experience going there. But obviously, I unfortunately missed the last game of Pochettino, that Sheffield United game as well. But yeah, it was just I honestly, the stadium is amazing. It is amazing, and we do need full capacity stadium. We do need it. But at the same time, I can see why people are feeling the way they're feeling, because we are. Yeah, I think we've got to try and somehow make our point to Daniel Levy now that things need to change. Yeah. I think the Leicester situation really does sting for me, and I'm sorry I keep on banging on about them, but like we really have. No, I'm not.
It's a reality check. It's a reality check, isn't it, Alex? It's a reality check, mate.
It is a reality check. I've been keeping an eye on them, and I've been worried about them for a few years now. I think we got lucky that they didn't get Champions League football last season. This season, if they get Champions League and a cup, it's sting. It will sting. I mean, the FA Cup stings. You know what I mean?
Of course it does.
It hurts. That
it does. It's look. You know, you even look at the celebrations. The players went looking for the owner. The manager went looking for the owner. You can see the rapport they have. In a way, they have an owner that's probably never ever going to sell Leicester, and he's always going to want them to be successful because he's trying to carry on his father's vision. You know what I mean? But
100%.
You look at their recruitment. You look at everything else they've put in place. The players that they've bought in. Like, these players are very well scouted. Very well scouted. They go and sell Kante, and they just replace him with Ndidi. You know, it's complete seamless. They know exactly what they want. And when they have a player there, they don't get too comfortable. They already know who they want in next. And when they've even gone and signed Samare, a player Spurs was linked with heavily last summer. They went and got the deal done. They have him coming in this season. We're a joke. Well. And Matthew Collins says Stephen Hitchen is a yes man. 3 bags full, sir. 100%. He's a muppet. Big up, Matthew. Fully agree. And Will Stewart. Have we talked about Davies' testimonial yet, Alex?
No, it's done now, man. That debate is done now, man. We don't agree. That's it. We move on.
You have to admit, I did walk into it nicely, though.
Yeah, I know. But at the end of the day, it's everyone have their opinions on Davies. Yeah, I don't think he's leaving because I don't think Session's ready. But it does depend on the manager next season. I think Reguilon's going to be a problem in the summer because he technically should have been in the Champions League this season because he won the Europa League with Seville, didn't he? So technically, he's going to look at it and think, does he win another season with Tottenham? And
we'll probably got Europa League as well, Alex, and if not the conference. So we will have European football, and the fact that Davies can play as a left-footed centre back as well. It's like it's 2 positions for us, isn't he? And if we are going to play the youngster, if we're going to play youngsters in the conference or the Europa, I think we need an experienced figure at the back or somewhere, and I think that's where Davies will come in. But like you say, Alex, I don't think Session's ready yet. Anyway.
Do you know what? Right? With Davies,
super chat broke my screen. Sorry about that.
with Davies, right? I don't think they're going to sell him this summer. I really don't, because I think they've got bigger priorities to sort out than Ben Davies. I gave my 7 players who I want to leave the club, and he was one of the ones at the bottom of the list because even though I don't agree that he's up to the standards of like a team that should be challenging for a top 4 or a title for even just to say, for argument's sake. But I think there's a lot bigger priorities than Ben Davies. And I think even if you have Reguilon and say you've got another youngster, or say you have Sessegnon, he will play some part. And yes, I don't like him when he has extended games, but if he has 1 or 2 games here and there, he's not a bad player. Let's be real, right? He's not bad, but
no, he is.
It's just he is.
No, I like him. I like him.
No, I'm gonna be realistic here, right? Because if you see, there has been a few games this season, a few that he has played well, right? I remember the one against Wolves where
the one where he gave them the goal, the last one.
Yeah. No, well, you could say that, but
I wouldn't be gutted if he got sold, but I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be shouting from the rooftop if he was kept as a squad player. There's so many more players who I want to see go before him.
Right, I agree with that. Right, I don't like Ben Davies. Right, let's get this straight. I don't like Ben Davies. I want him gone. Right, but I just don't think Spurs are going to look at it from their point of view. I think they're going to try and ship out worse players than him in the squad that actually really need to go. Because look, I know his ability is shocking, but at least he gives 100% when he does play. I'm not saying I want him and I want him to play. I'm just saying that there's players in that squad who don't even give the effort, and they need to go first because they don't want to play for the badge. Like your Auriers, your Sissoko's, your bloody
So do you want to give a testimony to Ben Davies too, Danny?
Oh, fuck that, mate. No, fuck that. Are you joking?
Go on. Look, Alex admitted it last week. You can admit it. It's fine. Cat that bag.
Fuck that, man. You know my Dave. You know my opinion of these players.
I'm only there for you. I'm only there for
you. I think people are being harsh on Aurier. I do understand the criticism, but I still come back to last year, and he still kept on playing well for us through his hardest time last year, and I can't forget that. I cannot forget that because I'll be a hypocrite if I did say that. Yeah. What I will say on one player, and this will be pleasing to David, I think Winks may need to go on loan.
He does. No, he does.
On loan?
Yeah, I do think he might need to go.
Did you say on loan?
Loan?
No. Get rid. I want him
gone. No, I don't think...
Look, Alex is making progress. Baby steps. He's making progress. So I'll take it. Big up, Alex.
David, you can't banter me, Bob. Don't start me, Bob, yeah? Don't start me, Bob. You can't banter me, yeah? Don't make it...
I know you sit at home listening to my streams and you're sitting there. I agree with everything he says. I know you are. I know you're sitting there.
I know you're sitting there and you're
like, damn, he's on fire. He's right.
I'll get the violin out for you as well with that as well, yeah?
yeah, you can get the violin in that out and play my entrance tune into the stream, Alex.
It's personal opinions when it comes to Aurier, doesn't it? I mean, for me, I understand where you're coming from, Alex, when his brother passed away and he still gave 100%. I totally agree with that. But for me personally, he should not have put a Tottenham shirt on after he walked out on the team at Liverpool. The day he did that, mate, with the Tottenham badge on his chest when he walked out of Anfield because all boohoo, he was being substituted. You don't walk out on a team, mate. You don't do that. You don't disrespect the club like that. My personal opinion, and for me, to me, he was never a Spurs player after that. This is reflective of how I feel about my club. So it's a personal opinion. For me, he should not have, but we had no choice because we had one word, Doherty.
Well,
I do agree with you. We need to let him go, though. I do agree with you because he's a foreign player, and it's not working. So I do agree with you. But again, it comes down to the manager at the end of the day and what with Steve Hitchens been so useless, you couldn't see anything happen at the moment, can you? So you know what I mean. So it's just so negative at Tottenham at the moment, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. But look, lads, we'll Stuart super chat here. He says, out all day with the missus in the shops for her birthday and watching the game back, and Alex at the same. What could be better?
Clotheslining her like David.
What you should have done is when she woke up this morning, pretend you were super excited for her birthday, pretend you're running towards her for a hug, just drop the people's just drop the clothesline on her, spark her out for a few hours, watch the match. But look, you still got to watch the match. So I do admire that you managed to juggle the missus' birthday and a match. That's actually quite incredible technique. And techers when you have a missus. Anyone that's been in a long-term relationship will know that, because when a woman has a birthday, they want to, it's all about me, it's my birthday, woo-wee. You know what I mean? So fair play to you, Will, for being able to juggle the two. Us men that are in long-term relationships know exactly how hard it is. So big yourself up, man. You're a true yid. And I hope she had a good birthday as well, man. And look, I don't want to know what goes on tonight, but just have a good night, Will.
Yeah.
And we have Henry Wright TV just finished my stream. How is everyone? Henry. Yeah, I was just about to finish off this stream, Henry, my man. I hope your stream went well. I hope your stream went well, kid. But look, lads, I am going to end it off there. It's been an absolute amazing stream. You know, we've even got Alex to come on and finally take some baby steps and say Winks has to go, albeit on loan. It's progress. You know, we've had Bob Spur, we've had a real passionate Marcelo, and we've had Danny who's come in that's kept us all calm. It's been a wonderful panel, a great guest. The Wolves turned up today. They were hunting in packs. They were surrounding us. They were hungry, you know, and we fed them. We stuffed them and sent them back. That's what this is about. But before I do end off, if you have enjoyed the stream, there's been nearly over 200 on stream. Make sure you do smash a like on the channel, a subscribe on the channel if you're new. There's a lot of new faces as well. And if you've enjoyed the stream, why not throw in a super chat and show your appreciation? Why the boys are plugging their stuff. And we'll just take this super chat before I let Danny plug his things. It's from Matthew Collins. He says, Will has literally slagged off by many so-called Spurs supporters, and I ended up in an argument. Will was literally slagged. Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. In an argument defending him, I think is what you're saying, Matthew. Big yourself up, Matthew. Look, you're a true gent. And fair play to you for backing up, Will. We all try our best. You know what I mean? So big yourself up, Matthew. You're an absolute legend. And keep doing the work you're doing in the chat, my man. Keep doing it. It doesn't go unnoticed. You're a true Harris Army member. And then we have Will Stewart replying. He says, good day. Cost me a few £100, and for her getting rid of me is a present. I'd probably be in the couch tonight. Yeah, look, I know that would probably cost you a couple of £100, Will. But, you know, it'd probably be worth I hope that a couple of that £100 went maybe 50 quid of it in Ann Summers or something. You never know. But look, and it'd probably be on the couch tonight. Yeah, look, Will, you know, I don't think you will be. I don't think you will. I think you know how to treat her. So I won't be cool for that. I think you'll be in the bed. Don't worry about that.
Give her a bit of man smell. Give her a bit of man smell. She'll be fine.
Yeah, give her a bit of man smell. 100%. 100%. But look, thank you so much, Will, and Matthew as well. You're two gents, two absolute legends. But Danny, my man, why don't you let people know where they can find you?
Yeah, so we've got a channel coming out hopefully before the beginning of the season. We're trying to get up and running before then. You can follow me at inthebox_TV on Twitter, and the channel name will be in the box, which is up there, but just no video content yet. It's going to be basically a debate shows around Premier League teams for the to start off with, and we're also going to have 2 dedicated Spurs shows a week, because just the people I'm doing it with are just not as Spurs fans. And obviously we've got this massive Spurs community family which are going to be getting on there as well. And if you want to watch basically deluded fans just like me and just damn right stupid, basically idiots chatting shit on about football, then follow me and you'll get some more news on that coming soon.
100%. And look, I encourage everybody to get over and check it out. Honestly, I really do. I can't wait for it to be up and running. Danny's a good guy. You know, he's very good at putting his points across. Very good at putting his points across, and he speaks well. At any time he's on, the Harris Army love him, and they always give him praise and compliments. So everybody, when that channel does drop, get over and check it out. But until then, get 100%. Over and check out his Twitter at InTheBoxTV. So big up, Danny, and thank you so much for your time, man. And look, we know it's a great stream when Tommy G is leaving happy. He's got Marcelo versus Alex, you know, and he loves Alex. He loves Alex. So big up, Tommy G. You know it's a great stream when he's leaving happy. Everyone else, get in the comments. And let us know what you think of the stream as well. Will Stewart, who was slagging me off today? No, nobody today, lad. Nobody today. I think Matthew was probably on about probably a stream yesterday. Actually, I think is what he's on about. Will. So big up, Will. But Alex, if people want to get you on the channel, man, where can they find you?
At the moment, just on the football terrace at the moment, just doing, going on there to do some reactions and stuff. So yeah, that's it really. Big up to them. And yeah, just big up to everybody doing their channels as well, really. So yeah, that's it really. So yeah.
Yeah. No, Alex, look, take this out the way. Show us that smile. Give us that smile before we go on, Bob. That's what we love seeing. I love your smile, man. It really does make me smile. It makes me so happy. And I had the chance of meeting Alex, and it was lovely to meet Alex, and it was a great time. He genuinely is a good guy. I know I used to give him a bit of banter about being an Arsenal fan, this, that, and the other. But I can tell you, he's a true yid. He is a true yid. You know, and I love having him come on because he cracks me up. The stream's just descend into chaos. You know, completely goes off topic and everything else. But I love it. He cracks me up and he gives me a great time. So thank you, Alex, man. You're an absolute legend.
Yeah, big up.
You really are. You really are. And look, I'm going to give Bob Spur now a chance to plug his channel. I done it for him yesterday. Don't know if I've done a good job for him, but we're going to give him the opportunity today. And just before we do, if anyone has enjoyed the stream, you know, make sure you do drop in a super chat just to let us know. And everyone in the comments, let us know whether you've enjoyed it and what you thought of today's stream. But Bob, where can everyone find you, lad?
Well, first of all, obviously, I've done plenty of streams with yourself and Danny those times. First time I'm actually meeting Alex on the stream, and it was a pleasure, matey. Honestly, understandably, I don't agree with everything you say, but Dave will tell you and Danny will tell you I'm big on opinions, especially when you can back them up. One thing you do, regardless of people liking it or not, you always back it up, mate, with passion and a good argument. So big up on you, and yeah, it was a pleasure finally for sharing the screen with you. So yeah, big up on that, mate. Real pleasure. But yeah, Bob Spur TV, I've got my day after the day before show tomorrow at 1:30. At the moment, I've got Stell, Cody, and Johnny Einstein on there. Guys, you know, it's all streams always open. And then throughout the week, I'll just be doing news as it breaks. You know, we had a statement from the trust today, small one. Obviously, we'll be reflecting on that. We'll be looking back at the Wolves game and any managers we're associated with and any board updates. And then throughout the week, it's breaking news. And I've got a special stream coming up, and which I'll be announcing soon. Two of
us are dropping specials today, Bob.
Yeah, right.
No, but honestly, you know, look, I can't stress it enough. Me and Bob, we used to clash a little. But honestly, the more we speak, I think the more we find common ground every day. And the more I love this man, and I find it hard not to love him. But honestly, it's great content. And I've been keeping an eye on the channel. It's creeping up. He's creeping up on everybody. He's creeping up. He's sneaking up on everybody. So everybody, please do get over and smash the button on Bob Spur TV. You know, this guy travelled 3.5 hours down, 3.5 hours home, and left his missus with 4 kids at home, and probably got an absolute earful when he got home, just to go down and protest Levy. He absolutely loves this club. He puts out great streams. Any of the Harris Army, I'm going to get onto Bob's stream tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. So make sure you do come over. Make sure you watch the stream, guys, and get all your support behind him. Bob Spur TV, smash that subscribe button. The guy deserves it more than most. More than most. I never steer the Harris Army wrong. Matthew Collins with a super chat. He says, I meant at the protest about this.
Right, yeah.
Well, look, to be honest with you, I don't really want to air it out, Matthew. But big yourself up. When anybody talking about that protest, unless it's good, you should be ashamed of yourselves, to be honest with you. Will shouldn't even be entering your mouth when you're there to protest Levy. Well, big up, Matthew. We always know we can rely on you, my man. And Aglia says, David, your channel is ace. Love the banter, and you're a true yid. Thank you so much, Agby. I really do appreciate it. Look, Tottenham is stressful enough. I tried to deliver a few laughs with it. So big yourself up, Aglia. Thank you so much. Mr. K, hashtag Harris Army. And Henry Wright TV. Big yourself up, Henry Wright. Absolute legend. And he will be getting on the channel again. Everyone enjoyed Henry the last 2 times he was on. And he will be getting on again. So big up, Henry, man. And keep going. You're doing well as well. Everybody, get over and check out Henry Wright TV as well. Another great fan. And again, I think he was I'm almost sure he was at the protest yesterday.
We met him there. Yeah.
Big up, Henry.
And he says, big up to you, David, and the boys. Big yourself up. James Watson, good show as always. Big yourself up, James. Will says, if folks are talking about me at the protest, then I'm already a legend.
You made it.
That's true.
You made it.
That's true. That's true. That's a great way of thinking about it. And Brian C says, super stream, David and panel, identity, vision, investment, and trophies. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Brian. I absolutely always look forward to your comments, my man. Hit me up on Twitter anytime you want a conversation.
David, I forgot to say this, though. Just to Spurs fans, it's going to be a very hard road the next couple of seasons. I don't think next season is going to be an easy season, to be honest. And I don't want to end it on the negative, but the board needs to realise now that this is not.
But you're going to anyway.
It's not a quick job. It's not a quick job anymore. You know, it's going to be a very hard, long process at the moment, and until they realise it, we're not going to get anywhere. Yeah. So they can't think that it's going to be top 4. I don't expect top 4 or not even Europe next season. Because I think the planning situation is just so bad that and I just think to all Spurs fans, it's going to be a very, very difficult season. If anything good happens, we've overachieved, and that's the only thing I can say to Spurs fans. I had to say that. I have to say that.
Oh, yeah.
Unless the unimaginable happens in the summer, Alex, and the board get their act together and splash a bit of cash, get the right manager in, and as unlikely as it is, if that happens, 100%. Then obviously we can look a bit. We can actually see a light at the end of the tunnel. At the moment, we don't even have a tunnel. So it needs a lot of things to happen.
Plans for the tunnel yet? They ain't got plans for the tunnel.
Exactly. A lot of things need to happen in the summer for us to have any form of optimism for next season. You're spot on.
Well, look, we are going to end it off there, guys, because honestly, I need a smoke. I'm not going to lie. It's been 2 hours and 45 minutes. I was only supposed to be doing an hour. So honestly, I want to say a massive thank you to the Bun, to Alex, to Bob Spur, and to Marcelo as well for helping create this stream today. Absolute legends. And thank you so much for your time, lads. I really do appreciate it. You're great contributors to the channel. And when I'm over there next, I'll owe everybody a round or two in the pub. When it's safe to do so, of course. I want to say a massive thank you to the super chatters out there, to all the channel members. You honestly really don't know how much it really does help the channel grow, how much it helps me achieve this, to be able to do this full time. Just bring, this is my dream. I just want to sit here talking about Tottenham. It's all I want to do. Yeah. So big up you guys. You really do help make it happen, and you really are helping me, get the equipment in place to get better streams to next year. And I promise some great streams next year. I really do. I have a stream with Brian Daigle dropping on Tuesday. It's looking like it's going to be a 4 or 5 part series. So make sure you watch out for that. That's going to be a great stream. But also a massive thank you to you, the Harris Army, as well. The way you follow me around, all the comments, constantly commenting, I absolutely love it. You're all legends and you're all heroes. You're the ones that are the driving force behind this. Some days when I'm just like, I'm a bit down, or not down as in depressed, but I'm just pissed off with Tottenham, like, you know what I mean? I don't feel like doing it. It's you guys that constantly bring me to just come on and keep going, keep plugging away. So honestly, thank you so much to you, the Harris Army. For any of you other delightful fuckers that had the privilege of tuning in, make sure you do smash that subscribe button on the Irish Hotspur. We're pushing for the 3K. Look, it's been a great stream. We've given you chaos, we've given you knowledge, and we've given you a decent debate, and we've given you humour thrown in. So big up all these other 3 legends on the screen with us right now. Big up all you legends out there for tuning in. And look, roll on Aston Villa. Let's get the 3 points and just give us some European football to look forward to next season. Come on, you Spurs. And Enoch, get the fuck out my club.